You may change your mind about other things. Sure, I change my mind about shit all the time. And I hate having to cut my fingernails when they're long. All right. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that on live. It's just, it was broken and like super sharp. So. I have no business around kids. I think I do, actually. I think I have business to be around my own kids as I am their mom, honestly. And those are really the only kids I'm around, so I don't know what you're talking about. All right. Is anybody else live tonight? Or is it just people are in bed? I know it's kind of late. I have no idea what you're talking about. You gotta be kidding me. I went shopping this morning and then I took a nap all afternoon. So I've barely been around today. I have ran a topic on the Bear Man live topic. I ran a live on that topic is what I meant to say. Kind of over the conversation now, to be honest. I think we definitely do need to keep talking about why women are choosing the Bear, but why do trans people have to go on social media and try to convince people that it's good? I think you meant trans people. And yeah, because trans people have existed. They're not new. But they're being targeted and unable to just live. Trans people, I know. Yeah. I brush my hair. I think from my nap, it's all tingled. Hello?
What's going on, Mel?
Not much. How old are you?
Pretty good.
What's your age?
43.
All right, what's up?
All right. So let's do a rewind back to the 80s, okay?
Why? Okay.
Oh, absolutely. Because you know as well as I do that this would never fly back then, and you know that as well as I do.
And is that a good thing? Because even
Yeah, that's a great thing because our society is so screwed up right now. It's not even funny. How dare the public school system throughout this country? Okay, even
I know who you are
you
now.
uh um you are entertaining the book 1984. I don't know if you ever read
Jesus
it.
fuck.
Okay, but I will tell you one thing right now. You're entertaining that idea. And when the government raises your kids, then that you're going to have a problem. You're going to have an issue with that. Okay,
What the
because
hell are you talking about?
you don't understand what's going on right now. Do you think it's appropriate that a 7-year-old that you want 7-year-olds to say, hey, it's okay if you want to cut your hammer off? Are you
No.
kidding me? And become a
No,
girl?
that's
Get
not
out
what
of here.
that's not what I'm fucking
That
talking
is
about. No,
it's
James.
egregious.
James.
It's
James.
egregious is what it
James.
is.
James. No, that's not what I'm talking about. We're not talking about 7-year-olds getting bottom surgery. That's absolutely ridiculous.
Do you see what the title says? Let kids be trans. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
that's
I
pretty
do.
clear.
I made the topic, so yeah, I do understand what it means, James.
Okay, so it's pretty clear then. How how can you say that you don't even at 7 years old you don't even have a reasoning until you're 7 years old. You think a 7-year-old wants to know he or she wants to be trans? Seriously?
Yeah, because it's not
No,
a want.
no,
It's not a
because
want, James.
we didn't
James,
know
it's
at
not a
7 years
fucking
old.
want, James. Not a want. And I know I've already had this conversation with you before. You're just gonna go on and on and on. So
Did you know what you wanted to be at 7 years old? Did you know you
I
liked
knew I
boys
was a
and girls?
girl at 7 years old, James. That's what we're talking about.
Say again?
I knew I was a girl at 7 years old.
Okay, so you know what? I knew I was a boy at 7 years old.
Great. That's what we're talking about, James. That's it. That's it. That's all we're talking about. You're making this a
Okay.
huge deal that it's not.
It's this is actually something that, how about this? Okay. I remember they didn't come into our school and talk about AIDS until I was in 6th or 7th grade in middle school. Okay. And I'm sure you remember having that class on sex ed. For me, I wanted to wrap it up 3 times.
What the fuck? What are you talking about? We're not talking about sex ed. We're not talking about
What do
sex at
you
all,
what,
James.
well, what do you think? What do you think that when you open the door?
Your lag has been really, guys? My lag got flagged for that shit. Good God. Haha, James won. Are you okay? James was just going on about shit that had nothing to do with what we're talking about. Are you on the rag? I don't have periods, and that's fucking wild to say to a woman. That's kind of gross, dude. Really disgusting, honestly. And what the fuck did I do? Nothing. KTP, we all wanted to ask James some questions. Unfortunately, James didn't want to take a pause to have a conversation. Yeah, unfortunately, I have to reset. You guys, you guys taking James's side right now is fucking wild. Mel blocked him. I absolutely did not. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Those of you in the request that want to have this conversation, come right back. I'll be right back. Goodbye. Round two. Ding ding. Let's try this again. W. James. All right. Hello. Let's give this a shot again. Okay. I have patience. Sometimes I do. Hello.
Hello,
Hi, how old are you?
I'm 21.
All right, let kids be trans.
So, you said that you knew at 7 years old that you were a girl. How did you know you were a girl?
Because gender identity develops in the brain as children, and cisgender children don't typically have an aha type moment when they understand their identity. They just do. I knew when people called me a girl, I was okay with that. I knew if people called me a boy that I wouldn't be okay with that. Hello, user, where'd you go? You are off the app, and as my friend Tashika says, if you can't see me, I can't hear you. Hello? Bueller? There's only certain people that would understand that. All right, I don't know if she was running away or what was going on there. Next, let's see, y'all. Hello.
So we got C.
How are you?
Hi, how old are you?
18,
Oh, what year were you born?
2006,
What month?
January.
All right, go ahead.
So, for Let Kids Be Trans, do you think they should be taught in school on the whole topic as well?
I think children should be taught about what being trans is, absolutely.
So, do you think children have the mental capacity to understand the whole right between being trans and what it means?
The mental capacity to understand that some people's some people's gender identities develop incongruent from their sex. Yeah, I think they can understand that.
So, if you had to explain it to a 6-year-old, you think they're going to understand it?
Yeah, when you're explaining being transgender to a 6-year-old, you're just talking about how they may meet someone, right? Like that we just assume people's gender identities and we could be wrong. That someone in the past that we thought was a boy could actually be a girl and vice versa. And
So
then
I
if
think
somebody tells
that-
you who they are, you just use the proper names and pronouns for them.
Working with children, I don't think that they have the mental capacity to be able to understand that, let alone start having them try and understand it and confuse them even more. Because we're going to enter that into their life when they don't even, they're 6 or 7 or 8 years old, like they're still learning math. And whatever that book is, I think is ridiculous. Like, we should not be teaching children or let them be trans. They're not fully
So
developed.
is it not about children is it your understanding that you don't think children can understand, or is it just that you don't want children to learn about it? Because it's two different things. Because children can absolutely understand. Children can absolutely understand if we teach them in a comprehensive way.
But why are we going to teach children that, and why not just let them live with the gender they're born with?
Okay, there it is. So you don't actually think that children can't understand.
I don't
just don't
think
that
that
children should be
telling
taught
kids
about being trans.
about trans rights is right.
Being trans is natural and normal, just like being cisgender, and I do think everyone deserves to learn about that. Excuse me while my dog is eating my trash. Hey, Ashley!
For everybody in this live, if you agree that we should not be teaching kids to be trans, go ahead.
No one said anything about teaching kids to be trans. That's not
Or
something
about
that you can
trans.
actually teach. We would be teaching children about being trans, which is part of the society that they live in.
I think we should stick to teaching them math and teaching them how to read and write.
I'm not saying that we should stop teaching
That's
children
not something
math
we
and
should
reading and
add
writing.
into the curriculum for schools.
So why do you think that I am making some kind of claim that we should stop teaching children math and reading and writing?
I'm not. I'm saying we should focus on that instead of whatever being trans is when there's two genders. And why are we going to start
So
confusing?
maybe Matt, maybe if you would have
That
been taught
world
what being
open up.
maybe if you would have been taught what being trans is, then you would have an understanding and you wouldn't be fighting against this. You're obviously incorrect when it comes to there's two genders. There are more than two gender identities. We know that.
So I'm going against science. I'm not going to go against science. Science is there's two genders. The XX chromosome is
Does
female.
not say that, Mads. Where's your science that says that? Show me. Where's your source for
Since
that?
the beginning of time. The beginning of time.
That's not a source. What are you talking about?
There is male and there is female.
There's male and female, sure, and there's also intersex,
No.
and that doesn't have anything to do with identity.
If you are born
I'm talking
with
about gender identity, not
genitalia
sex.
of a male, then you are a male.
Right. That's not what I'm talking about. You're just talking about sex, and that's not what I'm talking about.
Okay, then what do you
If
think?
you want to make some kind of claim that science says that there's only two genders, then you can bring me a source for that.
Can you say that again?
If you want to make a claim that science says there's only two genders, bring me a source for that.
Okay, so we can go look at a male and a female, one with the XX chromosomes, and you can see that they're female.
So what?
And then XY is male. There is
So
no
what?
changing it.
You don't have half an egg.
So what? Nobody's saying that you can change those things, Mads. You're
But
making.
why are we going to tell kids about trans people and about being
Because
trans.
trans people are part of the society that kids live in, Mads. That's why. That's why we're going to tell them.
So we're going to enforce it being okay for people to be trans.
Yeah, because it is okay for people to be trans. Oh, KTP. It's okay for people to be trans. It's natural and normal, Mads. Natural. But your claims about like XY and XX, there are more chromosomal combinations than that, and they are also irrelevant. So they have nothing to do with what we're talking about.
Plus,
Okay,
I already cover that in biology.
Children on it at all, or having them enter that into their life at such a young age.
Enter that.
What
into their
happens?
lives.
What happens, Mads, when they have kids in their classroom who are actually trans? Then what do you do?
Then the parents messed up somewhere.
Oh, okay. Fuck
Not
you.
Mads. Okay.
Fuck you too, bitch. What the fuck is you talking about?
Nobody said anything to you about that. Are you okay?
Damn, why'd you get so mad? It's okay. It's okay, Mads. You ain't gotta get so mad, Mads.
Thank you.
I'm
Amy.
sorry your husband divorced
Thank you
you.
for the cash app. Appreciate you. Whose husband divorced who? Are you guys okay? Are you having the
I
same
know.
conversation?
What the
Okay.
fuck?
I'm sorry you failed as a parent.
Okay.
Husband!
You dead ass sound retarded.
I failed as a parent.
Yes, bring your brainwashed children in here.
I'm not bringing my minor
Yeah,
children on live. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
I'm not. I'm not
harassing
exposing my children to
Yeah, bring your
horrible,
brainwashed
hateful
children.
people on the.
I'm sorry you
fucking
brainwashed
internet.
your
Slur?
children.
Ugh, I didn't hear the slur.
I didn't either.
Yeah, okay, we're the problem. Bye.
Oh, also, burb flower. What do you?
What?
I don't know. But I have no patience for that. Sorry.
Oh.
I was in a really good mood too.
KTP, what do you want me to call you?
What's wrong with KTP?
It's fine. It's just a lot of letters. I can absolutely call you KTP. I just didn't know if you had a different name or
A
whatever.
preference.
KTP is totally fine.
Cool, thanks.
You're welcome.
Ugh, I wish people would understand that what you learned in 6th grade, that XX is female and XY is male, like that's not all of it. That's not
Right.
all of biological
That's
science.
that's the basics. That's the basics. Hello, T Girl Lily.
Hi,
Whatever that is. Hi, how old are you?
it's like Tiger Lily, T Girl, I love you, however you want to read it.
Ah,
Oh, cute.
all right. I get it.
Thanks.
Okay, cool. What's up?
Not much. I'm 36, by the way. Not much. I just want all the conservatives to know that the VA covers my hormone treatment in every aspect and
That's
many
great.
of my gender affirming care needs. So that's pretty
glad
much
to
all I
hear
have to say. Yeah, every conservative can say that they support veterans, and the VA supports veterans being transgender. So that must make it real, right?
I love that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I'll keep it short because I'm sure the list is growing.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you so much. Bye.
Yeah, I fucking love hearing that. I love telling people that the government pays for my kids' hormones and everything.
I know.
So you're talking right now on here. That's how much of a delay there is.
So,
Whispering.
Oh, what are you talking about? Jonathan, I look forward to talking to you.
Goodbye. Bye bye.
Hello,
Hello, Abby. How old are you?
I'm 19,
What year were you born?
2004.
All right. Go ahead.
So basically, I just wanted to say hello, KTP, they, them.
Oh, hey.
Hi, I just wanted to understand
Maybe it's not the first.
your thought process with the they, them.
What?
Sorry.
what do you mean?
I'm all right answering that.
Okay. That's not what this topic is, but
That's true.
That's just I just am wondering.
No, it's
I
all
want to
good. It's up to
understand.
Mel, though. I mean,
Go for it, KTP. I don't care. That's fine.
so my whole life I've been kind of in between a woman and a man kind of feeling, like my gender identity. And so I feel more comfortable going by they, them pronouns instead of she or he pronouns. Does that
Okay.
make sense?
Yeah. Okay. So by let kids be trans, I want to know, like, what exactly you mean by that? What are we talking about? Surgeries here?
Oh, surgeries? No. Sorry, but
So what age do you think that a woman can have a breast augment, like have their breast cut off?
What the fuck? What?
Because I've seen like multiple like stories of 12-year-olds with their breast cut off.
no. Oh. Is this a troll?
I don't know. Abby, goodbye. Find something we could actually have a conversation with.
The he sounded.
They do, boss lady. They always go to surgery. That's not what we're talking about. Hello?
Hello,
Hi, how old are you?
18,
What year were you born?
2005.
All right, go ahead.
I don't think they can be trans when they're kids. I think they're too like immature to understand what the entire thing is.
What is the entire thing? What do you mean by that?
Like the whole trans thing, like the they them thing. I think is stupid that it's all getting brought upon kids.
You know that children get taught about pronouns already, right? Like, should we just stop teaching children pronouns?
I think you should let kids be kids, learn about what they like need in life, not about what somebody identifies as.
If they
Right, and if a kid is struggling, with their gender identity, and you want to say to me, let kids just be kids, what do you do for that kid?
But when you say like let kids be trans, what age are you like talking?
I mean, as soon as they can communicate it to you.
So like 3 years old.
I mean, if you have a child who is born male and they tell you at 3 years old, I'm a girl, you should probably listen. Now, are you going to necessarily do anything? Probably not, but you're just going to listen and you're going to pay attention and just watch and just.
But I think that they're just too young. They're just too young. Like you can't.
What do you think is happening? What do you think is happening?
What do you mean?
They're too young for what?
They're too young to understand the whole transgender thing. If I sat down,
they don't have to know about the whole. They don't have to know about the whole transgender thing, whatever it is you're referencing to know their gender. A 3-year-old, it is possible. It really is possible for a 3-year-old to tell you, "Hey, I'm not a boy, I'm a girl," or "I'm not a boy, or I'm not a girl, I'm a boy." It is possible for them to say that. They don't need to know anything about being trans to be able to communicate that.
No, I think this has all become a trend. Like
it's not a trend.
Everybody's just made this into a trend, and then kids are getting
so
caught
popular.
up
in it. Is it trendy to be hated?
But I'm not hated, except from by like you guys. That's your type of people.
Trans people are hated, is what I was saying.
Well,
not you.
I wouldn't say they're hated.
Now?
I think they make them self-hated by the way they act.
Victim blaming. Love it.
Well, no, it's not
Love
victim blaming at all.
You're absolutely victim blaming. Yeah.
If you're going to sit on live and say that, kids can be trans, they absolutely can't. No, they cannot.
They can, and when they tell you that, you should listen to them, period.
No, I won't listen because I'm not going to,
Okay, don't have kids then, please.
Like a child to get caught up in this. That is so silly.
Okay, don't have kids then. That's my advice.
This is so frustrating lately. Like, all I'm trying to do here with this platform is educate people that kids can be trans. It's just natural and normal.
And just support them. When your kid comes to you and says, "Hey, I'm a girl," you don't yell at them and say like, "No, you're not, you're a boy." Like, don't do that.
That is absolutely what I would do. Until you are old enough.
That is absolutely fucking wrong.
Until you're old enough to drink, then you can decide whether you're a boy or a girl. That's when you can decide. When
really?
You're old
so
enough,
are you just going to default to they, them pronouns and not gender your kids until
Wait
they're
a minute,
20?
you're 18? You're 18?
Yeah.
So you don't know your gender, right? Because you're not old enough to drink.
I'm old enough to drink where I live.
Okay, well, not where I am. So you're not allowed to have a gender yet. So come back in 3 years. When you're old enough to drink in my state, and then you can tell me what your gender is. Because apparently you don't know.
We're not going to validate your gender until you're old enough to drink here where we are.
That's fine. My gender's what I was born with. My gender is.
But you didn't know that
like
until you were
normal.
old enough to drink?
Pardon?
You didn't know that until you're old enough to drink, though?
Well, no, because girls are girls and boys are boys. Like
everyone is born with their gender. So I'm glad that you were born with your gender, too.
Well, right. If you're born a girl, you're born a girl. If you're born a boy, you're born a boy. It's the bottom line. All right.
I'm not arguing that.
People with the they them pronouns, they've
arguing
made it into a trend. They've made it into a trend.
What's a they them? It's a trend.
I love how you're using they them pronouns to say that they made it into a trend. It's really interesting.
But it was because it can be boys and girls. There's two people. Do you know what I mean? There's two genders, and I think as soon as we all grow up and realize that, then the world will become normal again.
I'm glad you're the voice of reason at 18 years old and you have it all figured out.
You're so welcome, because clearly you guys aren't.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is all something that came up over lockdown when people were bored. This is.
Oh, I'm so interested. Lils, how old are you?
Yeah. 18 for the 10th time. Everybody said it.
I'm sorry. I didn't catch that. Okay, just curious. So you think that trans?
If there's only two genders, how?
After, COVID?
Explain how there's an entire field of study around it.
I didn't hear a word any of you said then. Can you say it again?
Out, Phoenix.
My bad.
So I can hear it delay.
I know.
I requested, but
it's because it's like the echo because they're listening on their phone and everything like that. So it's like a delay. I'll move. You get over there. I'll be way over here.
Can I ask Lil?
What I was saying is there's an entire field of study called gender studies. You can actually get a graduate degree in it. So if it's so simple and it's just these two genders, then explain to me how that's possible.
What do you mean, how is that possible? Because you're a boy, you're a girl. You can't be in the middle. That's stupid.
Great. So there's an entire field of study called gender studies that people have graduate degrees in because it is so complex.
If you honestly think somebody can be a they them, then you need to grow up. You need to have you need to give your head a wobble.
You literally use they them pronouns for somebody in this conversation yourself, Lils.
Who?
And there are literally two people in here right now that use they them pronouns. So I don't.
Then grow up. Whoever it is, you need to grow up.
Superior to people, like it's really weird. But all right, well you go grow up somewhere else. Goodbye.
Ew. So there's like a 40-second delay between when Sherry talks and I hear it. It's really weird. That's what that was.
That is really strange. So yeah, you guys are just gonna have to. Kyle, what's up? Hello? Okay. Oh, all right. God,
Phoenix is, I was gonna say Phoenix has to drop because they have to do their work. I'm the only one who gets to play on TikTok today. My work's done.
Running around my house right now. I don't know what's going on. Hello?
The cats.
Hi. The cats and the dog, like they're all just running through the house. Hi, how old are you?
29.
Yeah, I think I've seen you before, right? Have I? Have you been here?
Yeah. I'm the lovely one with the, oh my god, my brain just died. Some things I say, I don't mean to say.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're
learning disability. That one.
All right. So what's up?
I just had a question, and I was wondering if you guys could, like, I don't know, educate me a little bit, because I was watching Adora's live the other day.
Okay.
And they were talking about like hormones and like puberty blockers. Is that's the same thing, right? Or no?
Sorry, I got distracted. What was the question?
Are hormones and puberty blockers the same?
No.
No.
Okay. So okay. Sorry, my brain. It's like
That's okay.
it's 12 a.m. today, right now. So when the kids take like puberty blockers, they're obviously going through like therapy for years, right?
Mm-hmm.
I guess I don't understand how, if the child wants to go off of them, how puberty starts up again, and will it affect their like reproductive like health? Do you know what I mean?
That's a totally valid
So,
question. Sorry.
yeah, so with the blockers, like there's different ways that they administer them. So like my son was on blockers for a couple of years. So like one thing is like there's an implant. So they put like a little, kind of like those birth control implants that they put in your arm, and that lasts for 1 year. Then there's also something called like a Lupron depot shot that lasts 3 months. So either you don't get your shot again right after the 3 months, or with like the implant, my son had it removed when he started testosterone. So as soon as you remove the hormone, the puberty blocker, puberty will resume. You'll start to pick back up. So then at that time, either the kid's going to go through like their biological original puberty, or you would introduce hormone replacement therapy, and then they would go through that puberty. So it's not immediate, like doesn't happen the next day, but it picks up fairly quickly. So you usually have to time, if you're going to start like a hormone replacement therapy, like you start it right after you stop the puberty blocker. And usually, no, that doesn't necessarily affect reproductive health. The hormones possibly could.
Okay. I was just curious about that. I'm still, someone was being like really homophobic to Adora the other day in comments, and I was defending her.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm so new, I don't really know what to say, kind of thing. Like how to educate people, because I'm not fully educated either. But they kept on calling her like the wrong pronoun, and I was not okay with it. So I kept on correcting them. But yeah.
Yeah, that's always annoying. I can't stand when people just purposefully misgender someone. It drives me crazy as well.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have any other questions? Because you can just look up like puberty blockers, and they're just like any other type of like medication where there are benefits and risks, and you can read the paperwork. There's always risk of side effects, but typically puberty blockers are used or initially they were used for children with precocious puberty, which means that they have they start puberty earlier than they should, earlier than their body's actually ready for. So then those were just used to pause puberty to give the child more time to develop before resuming their puberty. So they're used the same way in trans kids, just typically a little bit later.
Okay. Truthfully, I have trouble like understanding when I read something online, so I prefer if someone like teaches me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
Easier.
Yeah.
Anyway, you guys are amazing.
If someone explains something to me than versus reading it as well. I'm the same way.
Yep. Same.
Yeah, that's why I kind of hop on here, and I don't talk about the topic at all. I just ask questions.
No, you're totally fine. Did you have anything else?
No, I think that's everything.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
All right, bye.
Bye. Cave Bat, the way that you're begging in the comments is a little bit of a red flag. I'm just gonna say,
What's happening with Cave Bat? I wasn't.
Oh, just like, let me in next. I'm next, Mel. Let me in. I want to talk to you, Mel.
Do we let them in then if they want
That's
to?
usually like some indication that they may slur or say something crazy. Not always, but a lot of the time that's how that works. Hello? Whitney. Oh, God, a bug. It landed on my eyelashes. Anyway.
Oh, hey, okay, so I'm up. I didn't actually expect to get up. Okay, so I knew you asked age. I'm just turned 33.
Okay.
So let kids be trans. So I am a supporter.
Okay.
I feel trans people should be validated. But my thing is, do you guys believe that children should be able to surgically transition before they're 18? Or do you think that's something that should wait until they're 18?
I don't think
it depends if it's appropriate.
Yeah, I don't think 18 is like a magical number. A lot of times people, especially parents, like to use the age of 18 because they feel like they're no longer responsible for their children and the decisions that they make. So a lot of parents, instead of helping their children with these types of decisions, they just go with 18. Therefore, if anything goes wrong, they're not responsible. But when it comes to surgery, yeah, I mean, it depends. Like it's very rare to have any types of surgeries under the age of 18. Top surgery could be approved around the age of 16, bottom surgery at 17. Sometimes if a child is going to go to college, that bug is flying around.
Good. That's what the cats are for. They're supposed to catch
I think
us.
as long as that child has gone through like care with the WPATH guidelines and they're at a point that medical professionals believe that child is mature enough and ready for those types of surgeries, that I don't think it's anyone else's business. Aside for the parents to themselves.
And someone says, let them make adult decisions and drive and drink when they are children. Why not? Okay. Whatever. So first of all, like my son being 16 years old and me considering like that he, well, depending on circumstances, like I would approve it for him to go ahead and get top surgery this summer at 16. He has a job. He drives a car. I don't know why people think that 18 is this magical number. Like they have other adult responsibilities, and that's okay, right?
That's
He's allowed to
That's
work
true.
and pay taxes and drive a car, which could unalive massive amounts of people. Like we've given them these responsibilities, but for some reason they're not able to understand themselves or be able to say that yes, that this surgery is correct for them. They're not small children. They know the risks. They understand what's going on, and if that's right for that kid, they should be allowed to do it.
I understand that. So I've studied psychology. That's what I'm in school for. And I've always heard that people's brains don't fully mature until 25. So that's why I've been like, should someone before 25 be able to do this? I understand where you guys are coming from, that, it's what's right for that person should be allowed. Doesn't mean it's right for everybody. But it's just something I've thought about, and I've always wondered what your guys' look on that is, technically the human brain doesn't mature until 25. Should people...
When we talk about brain development, though, we're talking about typically the prefrontal cortex, which has to do with making split.
Not only that, but executive functioning. Prefrontal cortex has to do with executive functioning, and split second decisions, but also your prefrontal cortex is just so much different than your hypothalamus. Your hypothalamus is around here,
right?
But
in the hypothalamus is where your gender identity develops, and it's. I don't know. I think this age of 25 thing that someone just came up with to make it against trans people is just kind of silly. I mean, people have children right before the age of 25. I was married and bought a house before I was 25.
Joined the military.
Yeah, I mean, I knew I was a woman. I would have known if I wanted breasts, you know.
Yeah.
That's what we're
Yeah.
talking about.
Yep. No, I understand. I just wanted to get you guys' viewpoint on it, and I appreciate you for having me up here. And I love listening to you, Mel. You're a great source of education for me, so I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
bye.
hurt me.
Sorry. Wait. Sorry. Hold on.
She was nice.
The fact you're divorced, Mel, is a lead shot. Mel is not divorced. Newsflash, Mr. Mel in the background. This is news to him.
I am not divorced. Somebody decided to say that. I am not.
He's literally
No, he's not Mr. Mel though. He's Dr. Waffle Slayer.
Oh my god, finally.
Yeah.
Wait, why did you guys think I was going to cuss someone out? I just wanted to actually understand why.
Because that typically happens when people beg in the comments. They come in and they say crazy shit. So,
No,
how old are you?
not me. I'm 26.
Sorry.
Cool. Let kids be trans.
I think no. Depends what age though. What do you mean by kids? Like under 20?
Under 18.
Like
Under 18.
Under 18.
Uh-huh.
How many people in this comments, and don't lie, how many people in this comments like made life decisions before the age of 20 and you regret it and you look back at it and you're like, why did I do that?
Sure, people will continue to make decisions they regret. People
Yeah,
can
but
make
if
decisions
you
they
become
regret when
trans
they're
at the
40.
age of,
I
let's
regret
say,
stuff I did like last week. So
let's say if you become trans at the age of 16.
Like, come on now.
No, but that's a life-changing decision to let a kid decide to take hormone blockers and then chop their genitals off or whatever it is.
Okay, that's
to
not
become
what
the other.
happens. Let's not
Take
use
that.
language like
Take
that.
Take that. What do you think it means to be trans?
It means you completely change to the other gender, trans.
No.
No.
Then what
No.
is it? Let kids be trans. Why
It
are
means
you
that
guys
your
making
gender
decisions for the
identity-
kids?
It means that your gender identity naturally
Do you know-
developed incongruent from your sex assigned at
Do you know what every kid below the age of 16 wants
Okay,
to be?
Pat, what did I just say to you?
I can't hear you properly. I can hear the other lady louder than you.
Yeah, so
and the
why are
other
you
lady.
just like talking when you ask me a question and I went to answer you and you just start talking because you can't hear me? Wouldn't you say, I'm sorry, Mel, I couldn't hear you. Can you repeat yourself?
Wait, what was that?
Can anyone else hear me?
I can hear you fine. I don't
No,
know.
but like when this the other lady with the face cam talks, it covers your voice. Like it kind of like
Hey,
tops it.
but no one is talking right now, okay?
No, not right now when you ask the question.
Hello, you were talking. Shh. Okay. Being transgender means that your gender identity naturally developed incongruent from your sex assigned at birth.
Okay, so you're born in the wrong body, basically.
No, did I say that?
No, but like, why do you make that decision for kids? You said let kids be trans. Who makes that decision?
It's not
The
a
kids?
decision, K-Bat. Did you hear me say that it naturally develops incongruent from your sex assigned at birth? Naturally
why are you
develops.
taking hormone blockers?
Naturally develops. Nobody made any types of decisions.
Then why are you taking hormone blockers?
When children get, okay, only 2.5% in the United States of gender incongruent children take puberty blockers. So it's very rare. But if a child needs to take puberty blockers, it typically means that they have distressing symptoms of involving their puberty, right? Their puberty is causing their distress to be significant. So we pause puberty to give the child more time to explore their gender identity and to live as the desired gender to make sure it is right for them.
Kids below the age of 16 don't even know anything about this. It has to be implanted into their
I don't think
minds.
you're listening. I think everything that
No,
I
I'm just saying, like, who makes that decision for these
something
kids?
else. What?
Who makes those decisions for those kids? Do kids even know what hormone blockers are?
Do you think
Or
that
like-
they're doing this without their knowledge? Do you think they're being put on these medications without understanding what's going on? They have to go to therapy for years. They have to get a recommendation letter from a therapist saying that they understand what is going on before they start treatment. So this is not forced on children. It's actually
it kind of
child-led.
is. Because
It's not.
kids grow up wanting to be Batman, Dora the Explorer. They don't know anything about this. until they've been taught about it in school. So
Wait.
No, that's not when they get taught about
100%.
They
Do you know
just-
how I know? I got a little sister, and then I went to their school, and there's a bunch of drag queens and LGBTQ telling them you can have pronouns, you can change genders, right?
Okay, they teach an English class and everybody has pronouns, so that's not true.
Yeah, and that's when the kid comes around to their parents, and they're
Okay,
like, "Why
guess
are you
what?
being
Kate
taught
Bat,
this?"
my kid went to school in Texas. They didn't teach her shit, and she's still trans. So now what?
Yeah, you taught her that.
I didn't.
No,
I love
no,
that I
but
did
no.
that though, but I didn't. I actually knew nothing about it myself. So why would I teach her that? I didn't.
Kids, when you show them something, they're gonna be influenced
I
by
didn't
it.
show her anything.
You don't have to show them anything.
Can I?
Yes, they're in schools. They're everywhere. They're in churches as well. There's rainbow flags.
Well, my
There's
kids don't go to
they're
Okay, a
all over
rainbow
the
flag
place.
doesn't make somebody trans.
It's LGBTQ.
You know, we had a lot of rainbows in the 80s. Like everything had a rainbow on it. I don't think it turned everybody gay. I could be wrong.
I'm saying when they teach the kids in school about LGBTQ, right?
They
a
don't.
trans is going to be there, a
They
lesbian's going to
don't
be there, and they're
teach
going to
these
tell
kids.
them.
Like the vast majority of schools, especially in the United States, don't even teach these things. So this is such a wild claim.
Everybody in this comment section knows that there's rainbow flags on churches and in schools.
Okay.
And how do
Kayla,
kids?
This is why I didn't want to talk to you.
It's the looking at a rainbow flag that does it. That's apparently, does it like hypnotize them? I'm not sure how that works.
I just want to say really quick that what I've learned in my childhood development, schooling, is that kids listen to their parents until they're 3 or maybe 5, and then they get friends, and then they listen to their friends more than their parents. So all of these people just being like, "Hey, you're just saying to be trans, and then if you say that, then your kids are gonna do." There's no research. There's no nothing. There's no.
I know. It's so
Just a
silly.
problematic opinion.
What would be the benefit to us to want to have trans children? Why would we do that? It doesn't make any sense. Ghost, what's up?
Ghost knows.
How are y'all today?
Enlighten us.
Okay, how old are you?
I'm 23, and I'm not gonna pretend like I know a lot about the whole hormones or any of that. I just wanted to come up and say that I'm dating a trans, and it is the best decision I have ever made.
Okay, you're dating a trans person?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
And she has taught me a lot about it. And she told me that she decided to change when she was 14 years old. So I'm all for it.
Awesome.
If
Nice.
kids want to change, all for it.
Nice.
Cool. All right. Well, thank you, Ghost.
Absolutely.
Good luck with that.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
I just hope that Ghost didn't start dating that person when they were 14, when they realized they were trans.
I don't
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so, but
Probably not. Probably not.
that would be
I hope she's not still 14.
yeah.
About time. Oh, here we go.
Oh, here we
Mel.
go.
Great.
Mel,
I really want my flag. Guys, when I do this,
I know.
This is me waving my fake, my invisible red flag.
What happened to it? Did Nacho eat it?
Yes, Nacho ate multiple
Nacho.
times. I know, and then I never got a new one. Ginger, how old are you?
I'm 28.
Cool.
Cool. So, I'm honestly, this is just a personal question for yourself. I'm just curious as to what your qualifications actually are.
My personal qualification, I don't have any qualifications.
So, why do you speak like you do? I'm just curious.
She has a trans child. That's her qualification.
Is that a qualification? Is it? Yeah. Is that a medical
It
qualification?
is. It's experience.
I don't think it is, though, is it? It's the same as you talking shit as well. It's not a qualification.
So I do have sources to back up the things that I speak about, and I also have people with me regularly that are qualified in certain parts of this field.
So you're like the person that says, "I'm not racist. I know somebody that's black," type thing. Is that's what you're pretty much going down? Because you Google
No.
things, you're qualified, yeah.
No, never made that type of claim at all. Absolutely not. No. And typically when people do that,
You have qualifications.
they use someone they use someone to harm the community when they when they bring things up like that, and that's not what my intentions are here at all. Again, I do have sources to back up the things that I'm saying. I can provide sources when I say things. Also, the person here on the bottom, Sherry and KTP, have taken or have been educated on childhood development. Oh my God, my foot is asleep. So now that you're here to somehow attack me personally instead
I'm
of
not
just
attacking you. I was asking a question.
what are you here for, Ginger?
I was genuinely just asking that question, but your source you're saying in your qualifications is Google. It's pretty much.
No, didn't say that either. So
No, see, that's why. I mean, Mel might not necessarily have the qualifications you're looking for, but Sherry and I mean, Sherry's a teacher. I have my master's in childhood development. Like, Mel brings people like us up because you have that education that
Mel talks to biologists, therapists, like the whole gamut. She's been highly educated on this, so I don't know why you want to come in and criticize.
Yeah, the three of you are fucking laughable. That's all I'll say. Thank you.
I'm not speaking
I guess
about
that probably makes you feel important.
Oh wow! Oh right.
Oh, he sure got us.
Darn.
Joker.
Doesn't Sherry teach Spanish?
I did last week, but no.
Am I here?
Yeah. Hello. How old are you?
Me, I'm 34.
Are you covering your microphone?
No, I've just got a shite microphone. Can you hear me better?
It sounds very like it sounds like you're going like this.
But I don't know what else I can do to change
Did you
that.
say that you have a shit microphone? Is that what you said?
I don't.
That microphone, aye.
Because this is what it sounds like.
It does.
I can talk to you like this too, so we can have an even conversation if you'd like.
Well, I can't do anything to change that. That's my bad then.
What? What would you like to say?
It's so accurate.
Honestly,
I
I
just
don't know if
want-
I can have a conversation with you. You're very difficult to hear.
Can I be heard?
What?
It's so hard to understand.
I don't know what you said.
Right, okay, well just leave it, mate. There's no point.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
It really sounds like
Yeah, I mean, come back like without, I don't know, some kind of different audio. Make some change so you can come back.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know what's causing that. Other than like, sometimes if you just muffle over your if your thing is muffled, because you have your hand over it or something, or if you have headphones, you take them off, or if you don't have headphones, put them on. I don't know. Anyway, hello, Dreamer. How old are you?
Hey, I'm 43. And I thank you for allowing me to come up. I wanted to say how wonderful I feel it is that you are supportive of your kiddo and all kids that are trans or otherwise. And yeah, I just wanted to say that. And I'll kind of piggyback off the other, I don't remember his name, but he said he was dating a trans person. Well, I'm engaged to a trans woman, and she has helped me see that this fight is more than what I originally thought it was before I met her. So, yeah, I support you.
Awesome. Thank you, Dreamer. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Toker, you know the answer, like to why your audio was like that, or like you fixed it?
Hi,
if you
girl.
fixed it, request again.
Hi.
Hi, how old are you?
I'm 16, but I have a really quick question. I'm in my debate class, and I was wondering if I could use one of your all's debates as my topic, or just like do our studies off of it.
I wouldn't use me.
Just how you all have that knowledge, and to just use that as an example for one of our debate topics, if that's okay.
Yeah, so again, oh, there's stuff in my teeth. I personally, I would not like, I am not like educated in debate. I didn't even purposely like end up on Debate Talk. I'm just here. I would not use my lives as something. I think there are much better, there are people who are way better at debating that I would definitely say that you should use theirs and not mine.
All right, thanks.
You're welcome.
Yeah, have a nice night.
For you too. Wait, did she say she was 16? I wasn't listening. I'm sorry. I missed that.
Hi guys.
Hi, how old are you?
We talked about that. I'm 50. 50.
50. Okay.
I said it, okay? I said it.
All right.
No, I'm joking. I'm kind of wanting, if I can maybe address these comments because they're just insane over here, but I'm wondering if they think their 7 or 8 year old is old enough to devote his life to God and be put underwater and baptized and profess his entire life to the Lord and Savior at 7 years old.
I'm sure they do. Yeah.
Well, I mean, one might argue, and I guess I am being kind of facetious at this point because this is so ridiculous, but it's okay to indoctrinate your children into a certain religion. I mean, people do know that there are different religions out there that believe different things, and some of them are very, very radical. And you're okay to teach your kids that when they're 2, 3, 4, 5 years old. I've seen terrible religious abuse situations, and they're fine with that. But
yeah, the thing is too is that is, you know, they are different. Like religion is different too because it is a choice. But a lot of times people, it's a choice to be part of a religion. But a lot of times that is one of the issues that people have though, right? Is that because they think that because they can make those choices to have their children be part of a religion, they also think that you not teaching your children about the LGBTQ community means that they won't be part of that community. So basically you teach them to be in the religion, they're in the religion. You teach them to stay away from the LGBTQ, they won't be any part of that. But that's not how that works, right? They are different. And I know that you know, but I'm talking to the 600 people that are watching. Being part of the LGBTQ community is not a choice. Whether or not you choose your children, whether or not you choose to teach your children about the community, they can be part of it. It's very different.
Yeah.
Religion is indoctrination, but being part of the community is not.
Some of the people in the comments some of the insinuations that I'm seeing here are that the trans community wants to indoctrinate their children. Like basically we want to teach your kids how to be trans as though that's going to rub off on their kids. Exactly. And their kids are going to end up being trans because of what they learned at school. And we all know that's not true. But if anybody's indoctrinating anyone, it is religious people. And you know, I just was reading today about the Title IX changes that have been made lately in government and saying that it's kindergarten through college, all this stuff. And I'm like, you know, the thing about this is the only people we see standing in the middle of wherever people hang out on college campuses are people with pamphlets and leaflets and giant crosses with blood all over them and devil, be afraid of the devil, you're going to hell. That's what we see. We don't see a bunch of people out here, hey kids, come over here and learn how to be trans.
That's the rainbow flag.
Well, I mean, a rainbow flag that could be the Wizard of Oz. Don't they? I'm just saying. It's comical in a way, but then it's like, this is real life for some people.
I know, yeah. Is Mel vaping? No, I was looking in a mirror.
Mel doesn't do that.
Because I have stuff in my teeth.
Oh, we just saw the preacher. I mean, the preacher saying all the things, but it's just, I do not personally have a personal friend that is trans, but I am not afraid when I bring my kids to Disney World. I am not afraid that they're going to run into a trans person in a bathroom or wherever. I think they're fine. I do know that they are at way more danger at church camp. And anybody that wants to argue that hasn't been to church camp.
Or haven't looked at the statistics, right? Like, absolutely. Awesome. Thank you, Tiff. Appreciate it. I'm going to see if we have anybody
Thank
that
y'all.
doesn't speak.
Bye, Tiff.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, I mean, I absolutely understand what her point was there. What happened with user? Did we talk to, I remember this person, or did they not talk, or do I not remember? Kate, back, go away. I kicked you out. Get out of my box.
Hello?
Hi, what was the deal? Were you here before already?
I was here earlier and I couldn't hear anything you were saying, and so I tried to restart my phone and then you were
Oh, okay. There's weird glitches sometimes. All right, how old are you?
So I'm 21. I was born in 2002. So I'm really confused. First of all, the other guy was right. You don't have, so if you don't have any qualifications, you use the word education a lot. You're on here, you're on live, like all day, every day I see you come across educating people, but you don't have any education yourself.
You can educate people on things that, if you use peer-reviewed studies, if you have statistics to back up things that you say. You
So
can
Google
absolutely
searches.
things. So again, you can Google search things, right? But there, you have to make.
But that's what you do.
You have to make sure you're using accurate information. And no, I'm not just Google searching everything.
Right. Okay. So fine. Moving on. But you don't have any formal education. You didn't take gender studies in university, which you had another guest come on.
Even if I did, though, it doesn't mean that I'm actually qualified to educate other people on those things as well, right? But we can speak on things that we know about to help.
That you know about. You can speak on things you know about. That's your.
And also,
yeah, she has a trans child. She's been through the process.
Oh, she has a trans child.
I don't know.
Yeah, so
I'm not surprised she has a trans child. Okay,
I
so
do speak on
great.
anecdotal
You can
experience
speak on
as well.
things. You can speak on things because you have a trans child.
It
So
literally says let kids be trans, right? That is her topic.
Right, which
She
is a
has
horrible
trans child.
sentiment.
So she's giving advice, right, on how to be a good parent to a trans child.
A good
And then when a
parent.
kid tells you who they are, what their gender is, you're supposed to listen to them and believe them. You don't tell them, no, you're not. This is what she's telling people.
Right,
This
which
is
is
her personal
gender-
experience, which is backed up by doctors, by the
Okay,
scientific community.
by real doctors. So you're so
Yes, real doctors.
So when a kid experience comes to you and says, "Mom, I'm trans," that's gender dysphoria, right?
No.
No.
Yes,
just
that
not gonna
is.
come up to you and say,
No, it's
I'm
not. That's
trans.
actually not. No.
Because they don't understand. Do you know what gender dysphoria is?
Yeah, it's a distress-based
I think I fucking
disorder.
know.
Right,
User.
and
So
someone
it
who
sounds like
doesn't
you don't know
understand,
what you're
someone
talking
who
about.
doesn't understand their gender, and you guys
No,
don't like the
it's
term
not.
gender
It's not
dysphoria.
what it
Yes,
means.
it is. Yes, it
No,
is.
it's
And you don't like
not.
the term, Mel. You don't like the term gender dysphoria because it's in the DSM-5, and in the DSM-5 that makes it a mental illness. Yes.
No, it
gender
doesn't.
Gender dysphoria is in
oh
the
my
DSM-5.
God, user. No. Listen, gender dysphoria, yes, is in the DSM-5. Yes, it is a mental disorder. Yeah, I don't like people saying it's a mental illness, right? That's something that we do argue about. And not all trans people have gender dysphoria. So no, children don't come to you and say, like, I have gender dysphoria. Like, that's not how it works. So the things that you're saying are incorrect. And these are the things that I can educate on.
And also, user, you're trying to come after Mel for not having the education or whatever, but hi, I do. Sis does. Sherry does. Sherry is a teacher. I have a master's in childhood
I literally don't give a
She
shit
turned my
anyway. It
microphone.
doesn't matter. You can have a fucking doctorate.
for you.
She turned my microphone off. She doesn't like what I'm saying. So fine, your
I
kid
actually
doesn't.
didn't. It was my mod bish.
Okay. So your kid doesn't like, or your kid comes to you. No, they're not going to say, I have gender dysphoria. They don't understand what that is. Your child, though, who also believes in Santa Claus and the Tooth Fairy and all kinds of magical
No,
things.
I actually didn't teach my children those things either. So.
Okay, but that's what a lot of kids believe in, right? Because they're kids. So child
Yeah,
comes.
because parents used to lie to their children.
I'm spreading misinformation. Oh my God, these comments, brain dead.
Can we talk about that? The difference between
So-
Santa Claus and fucking Tooth Fairy and the Easter Bunny and gender identity? Because it's a very big difference.
Between gender dysphoria, yeah, but I'm saying that kids believe in magical things because they're children. They don't understand, and then they grow up and they grow up and they grow out of it. And it's funny how you also had a guest on. I know you roll your eyes at everything. You can
Yeah,
never just
because
have a
you were
conversation.
steamrolling this
No,
whole
but this-
conversation.
But this is what you do. No, you don't.
Oh my God. Yeah, so if we can talk about the difference between the Tooth Fairy, right, and Santa Claus and gender identity, I would like to have that conversation. But if you want to just be here and attack me because you don't like me, you can go away. Okay?
I would also love to talk about the difference.
Go ahead. So difference between gender identity and Santa Claus. What makes those different?
Is Santa Claus a gender identity?
No,
Oh,
and that's
oh
not what
my
I'm
God, are you
saying. This
emotional?
is so embarrassing. That's not what I'm saying.
So,
Yeah, it is
right,
embarrassing.
because Santa Claus, right? Santa Claus, Tooth Fairy, and the Easter Bunny are lies that are made up that parents choose to teach their children about, right?
Right.
We all know we know as adults that those things aren't true, but they teach their children these things anyway. Gender identity literally develops in your brain.
Right.
They're completely different things.
Why would you even mention Santa Claus? That's not even close.
Because I'm
to
saying, so
someone.
you guys think that we should teach in school, which is funny because you also had a guest come on and say that there are these programs in
Can you make your own
university
point? Do you have
called
your own
gender
point? Do you
studies. You can get a degree in
do you
gender
have your own-
studies.
I'm
It's
sorry,
so
do you have your own
complicated.
point?
Okay,
Are you
now
gonna
I'm.
talk-
I want
I'm
to
gonna-
talk to User so much.
I'm gonna
I
offer
want
you a
to hear
tissue there.
what she has to say, and I want to try and
steamrolling. Users just steamrolling.
Yeah, get off the steamroller. Make
That's
a
a
point
point.
of your own.
Just trying to make a point, and I would really like to talk to her about it because we're talking about Santa Claus and Easter Bunny and Tooth Fairy and shit
Right.
versus like actually.
Yeah, so stop talking about all the previous guests and engage in the conversation that you brought up.
Oh my God, I'm trying. So I was replying to what he was saying, and then when you don't like what I'm saying, you tell me that I'm talking too much. I'm steamrolling.
Because you're steamrolling and you're not taking
Okay.
a breath. So go ahead.
So what I was saying, I don't even remember. KTP, why don't you go ahead? Because I know you're like dying to say something.
No, I'm just dying to
go ahead.
Thank you. Like really understand your point because you were bringing up like fairy tale kind of things. Like little kids believe in Santa Claus. Little kids believe
Right.
in
Which is evil to Mel.
Well,
She didn't say that.
That's what she kind of did say that though. She
No,
said
she
these
said
are
she
terrible
doesn't lie.
lies that
She
people
didn't
make
lie to
up
the
and
kids.
tell their children, and
They are lies that people make up and tell their children. Yeah, that's
User,
not.
just to be clear, just to be clear, weren't you complaining about people talking over you and cutting you off, and you just did the same thing? I just want to clarify.
Well, she kind of took a break there. Okay.
No, she
go,
didn't.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Continue.
Who did?
KTP. Who
Yeah,
was
they
speaking.
did not.
I
They
use
did
some
not.
of them pronouns.
That's okay. We don't need to go into that. But thank you so much.
Yeah, we
Mel.
really don't. But
I mean the they them things. I hope you weren't making a face at me.
No, user. I was making a face at user.
Okay, good. I agree. So those things like Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny and Tooth Fairy, like even kids, even little kids understand the difference between like an outside fictional identity versus their own personal gender identity and the way that they know themselves.
okay.
And I just okay before you go, but I just want to say that like yes, kids can change their mind a lot about certain things. And even me as an adult, I identified as a woman until I learned about like non-binary people. And then I was like, oh, I'm totally non-binary. That makes so much sense to me. And I didn't understand it until I was an adult. But the whole time when I was a kid, I was totally in between, like, what a girl wants and what a boy wants, what a boy plays with and what a girl plays with, and all those things. Like, kids are smarter than you think they are. They know more about themselves than you think that they do, probably. And they know the difference between make-believe and not. And that's it. Thank you so much, user, for letting me say that. Thank you.
No worries. So my issue with that, I don't think they do. You mentioned that kids think that it is an outside. I love that. Like, this is such a.
I thought that was funny. Keep talking.
I know, but it's such a terrible. Like, you're so not objective, and you make every interviewer you have on that doesn't agree with what you're saying or doesn't agree with you. You roll your eyes, you laugh, you make faces. Like, you can't.
Can we talk about the actual
She
point?
literally does that in every fucking conversation.
I know, and
Like,
it's terrible. It's not how you.
Can we talk about the actual
And now everyone's
points?
talking over me, and now everyone's talking over me.
Can we talk about the actual points and how you're feeling about
Okay.
Melville and her eyes?
Right. Okay. It's my feelings. I'm the one who looks hurt. Okay. So
Clearly,
back
yeah.
to what KTP was saying. You're saying kids understand outside and fictional. No, they don't. Kids don't sleep the night and whether it's a lie, yeah, you're right, Mel.
Because
it's a lie
they're lied
parents make up to
to.
kids. It's a lie parents make up to kids when they're kids because it's magical. Parents, for what religious reasons, whatever, they have Santa, they have Tooth Fairy. I don't know all the details of why we have these things. I think they're a little silly myself, but at the end of the day, kids believe it. They believe it. They believe it when they're kids. They don't think it's an outside fictional thing. And I'm not speaking to how kids know the difference between gender identity and Santa Claus. You can't compare the two. I'm saying kids believe that. You had another guest come on here who you agreed with, who said that you have entire programs in university and college about gender studies and how it's a very complex thing. It's a very complex thing. You can get a degree in it, but you want to teach it to children? How does that make sense?
We would teach children things that children can comprehend. We don't teach children complex things.
You know
So
that math can be
which is
extremely
it?
complex, right? You know that math can be extremely complex as well, but we do start teaching kids in kindergarten their numbers and how to
Right.
add and subtract as well,
Right.
right? So everything is age appropriate,
Which I agree.
no matter what the subject of the content is, right? So it's all comprehensive. So what's your point?
So math is math. In kindergarten, is gender studies a core subject that they need to know about in kindergarten at 4?
No, we wouldn't be talking about gender studies, right? We would just be talking about what a transgender person is. How could you treat someone who's transgender if you come in contact with them? What if you are possibly transgender? What if you
seriously?
Yeah, seriously.
Just seriously, do you understand how backwards that sounds? Just because it exists, they have to learn about it. Again, gender studies to me, if you don't agree with the gender you were assigned at birth, that is gender dysphoria. Just listen to me.
Okay,
It's in
once again-
DSM-5.
No.
I'll go back to
Okay,
that.
no,
It's
no,
in
okay, no,
DSM-5.
I'm going to hold you on that. I'm going to hold you on that one right now. So
Okay.
you keep mentioning the DSM-5 and you keep mentioning gender dysphoria, but you've also wrongly identified what gender dysphoria is. What is gender dysphoria exactly, please?
Gender dysphoria is someone who has dysphoric feelings about the gender they were assigned at birth. That's not, we can pull up the exact definition if you want, but I'm not going to read you a definition. You can Google it. But it's someone who has conflicting feelings about the gender they were assigned to.
Wait, conflicting or dysphoric? You use two different things when you use.
I use those synonymously. They have feelings. They are confused. Those are all. That's what I'm saying
So
about their
those-
gender.
The first thing that you said, right, about having like dysphoric feelings, sure, you could use that, but then you started saying conflicting, and then so you just changed what the definition was. So which
I'm not just reading you the definition. I'm saying like in my own words. That's why I can't.
This isn't this damn book, okay? This book, right, just shows how you would teach a child. And if you can't understand what being trans is as a full-grown adult, maybe you could read this too and learn in a childlike manner.
Oh, I think that's a great source. I think
I don't need to learn too, because that's the other thing. You have people on here who debate so much because it's an opinion. You think that you believe in trans people. I don't have to believe in trans people.
No, so
I don't have to. I don't have to conform.
Again,
You
user,
corrected
when
me
you have
about KTP's opinion.
User, when you have a belief in something, you don't need to have any type of you don't need to have any truth to back it up.
Yep.
Like, oh, I don't know, Santa Claus,
Yep.
right? That was your
Yep.
But
I believe.
I
believe in trans people.
There's proof to back up that trans identities are valid, that they exist. There's scientific evidence. There's tons of information out there. So this isn't something that you just believe, that I just believe in and you don't believe in. We're not talking about Santa Claus here. Literally, that's why we said that comparison was stupid. Now I understand why you think it was a good comparison.
Mm-hmm.
So user, you got muted again because I wanted to make that point, because you keep trying to accuse me of shit and then don't let me say anything.
Steamrolling is wild.
User, are you there? We are waiting to hear your.
Yeah, she turned my microphone off again.
I did.
Okay.
Again, Tisha's on the left. Get to the point.
She's good at that. We love it.
It's literally Bish that keeps doing it, not me.
Yep.
You can keep accusing me, it's fine.
Good Lord. Okay. Well, I'm gonna say it's you. I didn't know that other people could do it in the little boxes.
It literally says the name. It says the name on screen.
This is your debate.
I did say that Bish did it earlier, even before you came in.
Okay, so I really don't care.
Obviously, you aren't listening.
That's why I keep talking about it. Great.
This is so painful. Again, can never just be a debate. It has to be all
So
these
because
extras.
this isn't just a debate, user. Like, this is literally people's lives, and we're trying to educate on what being transgender is.
There's the word educate again. Educate with no education. Educate with
Says
no
the person who
education.
did not know
Again,
how to
Mel has
properly
no
use-
fucking education.
I'm
Zero-
sorry, and what's your level of education?
I have education.
It doesn't. I don't
know,
need
but-
education. I have common sense.
But
I'm in school, but I have common sense, and I don't
That's
come
right.
on
Mel
here.
has experience.
I don't
You
come
have
on
no
here.
experience.
I
I'm
don't
sorry.
come on here and say that I'm trying to educate other people. There's that
Right,
word
but she
again.
has
You don't have
experience in
any
something.
fucking education. You sit on live.
I'm sorry. Are you educated? Because I'm not feeling like listening to you anymore. Are you
Do
educated?
people not realize that you can like educate people without having, like, I can
Yeah.
educate my children on all types of things, right? As long as I have correct information to be educating them on. And again, anything that I say, you can go and look up, right? And I will give you the sources. But again, user, you don't want to learn anything here. You still think that trans people is something that you can just believe in, which I did address, but you have not said anything about. Because every time I try to explain myself, you just attack me as a person instead of what the topic is about. So I don't know what else to tell you if you can't just like address it.
I'm not attacking you as a person. When you use the word educate and you don't I haven't said anything about you, your family, your physical appearance, your life,
rolling her
personally.
eyes.
Saying she's not qualified.
Can I talk? Yes, yes. And how is that attacking her personally?
You literally said that.
No, it's because you can't focus on the topic. All you
You're
want to do is bitch and
qualified.
complain about it
Again.
because she doesn't have some degree in this. She
No,
has life
she
experience,
doesn't.
something you don't have.
She
I'm
doesn't.
sorry.
And I don't need a degree
She
to know
does.
what common sense is. And listen, this is what
You
I'm
have
saying.
none.
So I'm
have
saying I
none.
don't participate in it. I'm saying I don't participate in it. So
Cool.
that means when you tell me KTP's fucking pronouns, okay, I don't have to use. I don't.
Oh, are you
I
upset
don't
by
have to
pronouns?
participate in
Being an
it.
asshole.
That's the same
that's
as
your prerogative.
belief.
Go ahead.
That's
Be
the
a
same as
fucking
belief.
asshole.
So you believe in it. So you use KTP's. You use whatever pronouns KTP wants to make them feel
Pronouns?
good. I don't use. If I don't use those,
I as a
that
pronoun.
I'm not
I'm
participating
sorry. I'm
in.
gonna
I
stop you.
don't
If you've
believe
got-
in it,
hold
and
on,
that's
hold
what I
on.
was saying. And
I'm sorry. We're gonna make it real easy. You clearly have a problem with pronouns, so we're gonna have a really consistent thing. Every time you use a pronoun, I'm going to stop you because if you don't like pronouns, let's not use them. Okay? Are we super clear? So whenever you use a pronoun, I'm gonna hit the mute. So maybe let's have the conversation without pronouns because clearly
So
pronouns.
that
are a
means
sensitive issue for you.
you can't say I or you or we or us or they or them or he or him or she or her or it or
I love when
It gets
people
real
are
hard.
offended by pronouns.
There's so many pronouns.
Yeah, pronouns are not just like a gay thing.
Can you show me on the doll where the pronouns hurt you?
Oh my god.
So I never said that
I as a pronoun.
pronouns.
I as a pronoun. Shh. I as a
It's
pronoun. No
okay.
more.
It's okay. Maybe she doesn't know what pronouns are. Okay,
She-
let's hear her out. Maybe she doesn't know.
I know this is crazy. I know what pronouns are, okay? And KTP to me appears to be a woman, okay? Appears has female features.
You no longer appear. Goodbye. I don't give a fuck, right?
I mean,
it's not
honestly,
about what we think as individuals on other people. It's who they are and who they tell us that they are, and we just respect people because we're not assholes. That's it. Like, I don't know why that's so hard. Right?
I mean, honestly,
I don't give a fuck if you think that someone looks different than what they're telling you they are. It doesn't matter what you think. It's what they say.
I mean, user, I will gladly refer to you as she, her pronouns, even though I'm pretty sure that you were born as trash. So.
And also, I really appreciate that because I've been feeling like, fine, I'm she, they.
No.
Nope.
No, don't.
No.
Absolutely not.
No, I
They
know.
can just fuck all the way off.
Hello?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I'm so sick of that. Well, I think you
Noah.
Hey, how are y'all doing today? I just want to come in here and kind of debate over, the let kids be trans thing. I just wanted
Wait,
to
no,
just start this with
How old are
I
you?
don't agree with it.
How old are you, please?
I'm 18. I'm a senior in high school.
What's your birthday? Your birth year?
It's 2006. I was June 13th. That's my birthday.
Great. So you're not 18 yet, Noah.
Yep.
Oh my God, I graduated high school in 2006. That person was born in 2006.
I know.
So, in addition to teaching LGBTQ in school, we're also going to teach math to help you out with that one.
I'm so old.
Oh, let's not even say that.
Look, I have had chicken nuggets older than you. Absolutely not.
Probably have underwear older than you. Like, that's not.
I actually do. That hurts.
Yeah, dude, I'm 36. I'm not that fucking young.
Woo! Come on, party.
Okay, maybe not.
All right,
underwear.
Maggie.
Okay.
Come on, Maggie. Don't
Oh,
be
I'm
horrible.
36. I'm a passerby good person. I was just cackling really hard at the last woman. So I'm curious, does anyone know off the top of their head how many pronouns there actually are?
How many?
I'm not sure. There's so many.
He, they,
I know.
him.
How many?
Ooh, KTP, go.
Well, if you're talking in English, then it would be I, me, you, he, him, she, her, they, them, we, our, they, them.
Don't you also have everyone, anyone, nobody? I mean, all of those. No one. That's
Maybe. I don't know if no one and everybody are pronouns.
Yep, they are.
Oh, okay. All right. Mel's got me. Yep.
I feel like this is a good
I want to say it's like 28. No, that's not right.
I think 30.
This is what learning looks like. I thought I knew all the pronouns. I do not. Mel's telling me pronouns that I don't know. I didn't know.
There's 7 different types of pronouns and over 100 individual pronouns in the English language.
I mean, Mel, but are you educated to read that?
See?
Oh my god, I just did the same.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
Oh, no, not Google.
I'll be right back, babies.
No, like I'm legitimately curious. Like I have no qualms against anything going on right now or trans people or any of that. Like I was just curious because she was so set against, or they or he or whatever their pronouns are, was so set against pronouns. Like how many are there actually?
Yeah.
I just got a fucking violation.
There's a lot. For what?
I don't fucking know.
Sis, what are you doing?
Existing.
How dare you?
Like there's even like, oh, these are pronouns I've never used before either. But like whom, who.
Oh, who and whom are pronouns?
Yeah.
Okay.
You, your, those.
Those. Oh, jeez.
Yourself.
See? We're all learning, people. Even me. I'm super duper gay and super duper in the LGBT community. I even do they, them pronouns.
I just think it's hilarious. We fight so hard against pronouns, but we use them every day, just in regular conversations. Like,
Also, what is so
pronouns? But you do.
What
every
is
day.
so
You just said I.
wrong? What is so wrong with Googling things either when you don't know something?
I do it literally all the time.
Yeah, it's a wild.
Like, all the time. It's so convenient now that we don't have to like pull out an encyclopedia.
And I'll like swap off and go to Google and be like, da, 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 da. Oh, that's what we're talking about. Okay, cool.
No, it's so crazy. Like you can't Google stuff.
I think Gen X and elder millennials appreciate the ability to Google, because when we used to have to pull out the fucking encyclopedias to look up stuff, like that was a lot of work. So to be able to like just Google something, I mean,
Yeah,
the encyclopedia.
My dad used to make me pull out the big Webster
The
dictionary,
Britannicas.
like the 400 page, 500 page, or 1,000 page, however many pages this was.
Yeah.
Like Merriam dictionary. I'd be like, what does this word mean? He goes, go look it up, and I'm like, ugh.
Like seriously, like we all would have a dictionary in our house. Like people don't understand what it's like to have Google. It's so fucking
Take it for granted, these kids.
Dictionary. It was like 4,000 pages or some stupid, crazy shenanigans.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Mine had red covers. Did your dictionary have a red cover?
Mine had mine was faded out. It was like a dark grayish green cover with
like ours is
bluish
blue.
faded writing on it that said Merriam. And it was a really old dictionary that was falling apart.
That's really funny. All right, thanks, Maggie. Appreciate it.
No problem. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Maggie.
Bye.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you so much, Mel. Love you. I will. I'll maybe be back if you let me.
All right, thanks very much.
That was fun. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, we have a couple more. I'm not gonna stay on too long. I don't know, I was bored.
I don't mind.
Yeah, I think that's the thing though, Sherry, is that because a lot of these like the younger generations grew up with the access to just be able to do things, that they don't appreciate it as much as we do, because we literally just believed shit that people said. And like once we got to a point where we're like, wow, we can actually fact check things, we can actually look up the truth, it was a whole new world to be like, wait, you're wrong. You're wrong about this. You taught me this wrong.
That's why it was so easy to like whitewash history and teach us like very inaccurate things, because you didn't have a lot of sources to look things up. All you had were your textbooks, your encyclopedias. Like maybe you could go to the library and look up something on like a microfiche or something like that. But like it was rough back in the days. Like, does anybody know what the Dewey Decimal System is? Like, do you even know like the struggle of trying to find sources?
You know, I had to learn to count with an abacus. So I'm just kidding.
Okay, no, I never did that. That's crazy.
I did not. All right. The great. Oh my gosh, I think I've talked to you before. How old are you?
28.
All right, what's up? The abacus.
Yeah, I'm just kind of confused on your topic here.
Okay. What are you confused about?
I mean, why would you want to let kids think that they're trans?
Because some kids are trans, and the kids that are trans need support.
Okay, but at what age is this like?
At what age? Whatever age.
At whatever age they start expressing their sexuality?
Sexuality and gender are two different things. Do you know what gender is?
Yeah, it determines if you're a male or a female. You're male or female.
No. Oh, that's your sex.
It's the same thing.
It's not
though.
It is. We're not going to complicate things.
Great. So what you're doing is you're speaking on like a kindergarten level of understanding, right? And we would like you to advance past that. Are you willing to, or do you want to just remain?
No, I mean, I'm willing to, but I'm not going to sit here and have somebody tell me that gender and sexuality are not the same thing just because they want to put a different definition on a word.
It's been a different definition for years. They're not the same. This is nothing new.
Okay, so tell me your definition of the difference between female or your sexuality and gender.
Sexuality and gender are completely different things. I mean, we're just going to swing and miss on everything today, aren't we?
Female? Why'd you throw female in there? You mean sex?
Is female a sexuality to you?
Well, you know what I meant.
I've got a question for you.
I didn't.
I was curious about this last time we talked. You said you're 28?
Yeah.
Are you a man, woman, non-binary?
I'm a man. Male.
Why do you use the account of a 21-year-old possible woman on your account instead of your own?
Because I don't have TikTok. It's my girlfriend's.
Wow. So you go in your girlfriend's account and do strange things. Awesome. Continue.
How is me being on my girlfriend's TikTok?
I mean, the accounts are free. I'm saying.
I'm just saying a guilty mind has a guilty
You can make like a fake email. Like TikTok is very easy to get TikTok accounts. So anyway.
Did you say a fake email?
You can use a fake email to make a TikTok account.
Oh, so that's what you're assuming I've done, or?
I thought it was giving counsel.
I did not say that.
So why was that brought up?
I'm saying it's that easy to make an account.
Okay.
I'm saying I think it's a red flag when someone uses someone else's account. That's why I asked.
I think it's a red flag when a dude has pink hair.
Oh, is that the best you could come up with?
I love that hair is something that hurts your feelings, but okay.
Oh, it didn't hurt my feelings. I just said it was a red flag. So
But do you know that red
misunderstanding.
typically have something there's some like type of whatever. Anyway, people with pink hair.
You thought you ate.
Having
People with pink hair
style
don't
and,
typically have any type of like issues. Anyway, so the difference between sex, gender, and sexuality, I don't think you actually want to learn these things, do you? The great.
They didn't last time.
I'm not going to sit here and be told I'm going to learn something, but I do want to hear what your perspective is.
Do you want the kindergarten explanation? Like, your gender is who you go to bed as, your sexuality is who do you go to bed with, and your sex are your private parts.
That's a very basic understanding for you. Hopefully,
Do we want to go up a couple grade levels now? Did we get that part?
No, I mean, I understand that part, but
Great. So they're not the same thing.
what's the reasoning for all this like hostility though?
We've been in love with you before.
And the way that a little while ago you said that like you didn't want to learn anything, like so.
I never said I didn't want to learn anything. So yet again,
You did actually. You said I don't want to be educated on things, so I'm not going to sit here and listen to someone telling me this. Oh, if you're not going to sit here and listen, then why are you here?
You did say
that's not what I said.
Great. Okay. So now do you have an understanding of the difference between sex, sexuality, and gender identity, or no?
I mean, yeah, I see how you guys look at it.
Well, it's not just how we look at it, right? Like that's just a very basic understanding again.
All right. Well, yeah, but okay. So anyways, so why are we letting kids think it's okay for them to start like assuming they're trans?
Children can be trans. That's the point.
But the whole thing of kids, if being kids, is they're supposed to be kids.
Trans kids are kids too. It's really fucking wild.
Crazy, right?
Yeah, but kids aren't running around like telling other people how they're trans, or the kids aren't running around telling people how they're sexually active or how they're a male or a female.
Hello, hi. Typically, trans kids.
Yeah, I wasn't done
tell
talking.
other people that they're
You
trans.
are. And also, please stop sexualizing children. You keep making it sexual and it's not, and it's creepy. Please stop it.
You know what? Like, bro, this whole topic isn't sexualizing children, so shut the fuck up.
It's
Like,
actually
no one's
really
talking about
not.
The fact that you think it is a huge red flag again.
Like, bro, obviously this.
Yeah, bro. Hey, what's up, bro? Yeah, bro. It's not sexualizing kids, bro. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, the man with pink hair, but okay.
Is that all you got?
More of a
Says the
man than you
man
ever
with
be, and more of a
pink
woman than you
hair.
ever
Yeah,
have.
says the man with pink hair. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
He
I'm
said
just
it.
pointing out
I bet you were the
that's not all I got. If I wanted to give him all I got, then I'd probably get banned off TikTok. So that's why I hold back.
You mean your girlfriend's account because you're too much of a coward to have your own, right? You would get your girlfriend's account.
Oh, is that all you got? Oh no,
I'm
I don't
saying,
have a TikTok
you're
account.
the one hiding behind someone
cut
else's
me
account.
deep.
So tell me more. Like, does he
Really cut me deep, bro. That you telling me I don't have my own TikTok account. Like, I'm gonna think about that all night.
Well, you're concerned about my hair. So anyhow, do you want to have an actual conversation or no?
Yeah, because it's crazy. People like would not.
Did you understand the kindergarten explanation that I gave you? Did we get that far? Do you understand that part?
Yeah, I understood your view on it.
Okay. So like sex. Okay, so your sex, right? When I mentioned before, like private parts has to do with like your reproductive system, things like that, your chromosomes, hormones, things like that. Biology, shall we say? Okay. Your gender has to do more with like sociology and psychology, right? In the brain, your identity, who you are. Sexuality happens to do with people that you're attracted to. Did we get that level? Are we good there?
So, what would you base the trans under then? Like,
Can you answer the question, please, first of all, before asking another one?
Did we get that? Did we understand that part? Because we're up
I've
6
literally,
grade. So did we get that
but
part?
I mean, I've literally told you 3 times that, like, I've understand your point of view on it.
So this is why I was getting annoyed with you earlier, right? Because you're just resisting the education that we're getting.
No, I'm literally telling you I understand what your point
This
of
is not our point of view.
and then you guys keep asking me if I understand it.
Right, but these are not. This is not our.
That's crazy.
These are
Let me
facts.
tell you guys one more time. I understand your views on what you're
It's
telling.
not just our view.
Okay, actually, it is your view because people have different views on everything, sweetie.
Well, sweetie, what we're talking about is people who are following actual science and actual definitions, and people like you who are saying, "Nuh-uh." That's what we're talking about.
Yeah,
And what's that called? Is that called my view on things or not?
Hello, it'd be like me explaining to someone that the Earth is a sphere, and you'd be like, "Yeah, well, I see that that's your point of view, but."
Right, and how they perceive, how you tell them your explanation is also considered what? Oh, their view. Oh my gosh. See how that works?
Flat? Is there a flat?
That, I mean, it has nothing to do with the topic, but no, it's not.
Is the Earth okay? Cool. So, do you understand that one of those things is correct and one of them is not?
Uh-huh.
So, if you have a point of view that the Earth is flat, it still means that you're wrong.
Okay, but it's still your point of view, sweetheart. Do you not understand that?
Sweethearting me.
Can you honestly stop the sweetheart thing? It's kind of gross.
Me calling a woman sweetheart is kind of gross. Is it creepy?
Yeah, it is.
Like, guys don't call girls sweethearts. Like,
It's
especially
extremely creepy and disrespectful and gross. Do not
especially
do
the
that.
person who was moments ago sexualizing children. Yeah, it makes it even creepier. Please stop it. That'd be great.
right. I'm not the one sexualizing children. This topic
You
is.
literally
No,
were.
it's not.
No.
Yes, it let kids be trans. That is
That
literally
is not a
sexualizing.
sexuality. Once again, do I have to go over the lesson again? That is
Yeah.
not sexuality. That is a
Oh, yeah. Oh,
gender
wait.
identity.
You're right. You're right. From your point of view, sweetheart.
Oh, God.
Quit fucking saying that. Do you not understand consent?
No, definitely not.
Oh, now I don't understand consent just because.
Yes, when somebody tells you
From
not
your
to say
point of view?
something.
Doing it.
What do I keep doing?
Saying sweetheart when we told you to stop.
Okay, look, I'll respect that part. I won't call you sweetheart no more.
Wow.
I'm sorry, darling.
Okay. Again, the confidence of a faceless coward behind a girlfriend's account is always just wild to me.
I'm just gonna live like in the woods with bears. Like fuck it.
Right? All of the
Hey,
bears.
this is why Goldilocks chose to live with the 3 bears. It's because of this
Fair.
bullshit.
Well,
She probably used to live. There's a whole fucking story. She probably used to live with a man. Okay. She realized he was problematic. She went out into the fucking woods and was like, I would rather live with a family of bears than this fucker. I think that's what happened.
Well, thank God Goldilocks' hair wasn't pink or he'd have lost his goddamn mind.
Oh my god, that was funny.
You think so?
Ugh.
Well, Bustin' Jades, if you're concerned about TikTok getting banned, then maybe get off of the app. If you think you're going to be better when it's gone, enjoy it. Bye.
I know, it's wild that they keep commenting on my videos about that too. Like, oh, I can't wait till TikTok's gone. Why are you here? You know that you don't have to wait until it's gone. You can just leave, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can delete the app. Weird.
Hey, how you guys doing tonight?
Okay, how old are you?
Questionable.
Me?
Yeah, what's your age?
I'm 33.
Cool. Let kids be trans.
I'm sorry?
Let kids be trans.
Why?
Because some kids are trans.
Because if they are, you should allow.
Let them be exactly who they are.
Absolutely, I fully agree with that, but shouldn't you wait till at least 18?
No.
That's harmful.
Very.
Are you a man?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so when did you know that you were a boy?
Pretty much my whole life.
Shouldn't you have waited until you're 18?
I mean, no. I mean,
why? It's your logic. That's your logic.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I can see that. Nope. I will agree with that argument. I agree with you.
Cool.
So,
Children are who they are before the age of 18.
so are you saying that the human brain does not become fully developed before a certain age?
I'm saying that the gender identity forms between ages of like 3 and 5 often. Yeah, it's usually formed very young.
Yeah, usually fully developed by the age of 7.
Because again, if we're going to go that way for the fully developed people, like say 25, if that's the case, then again, then you have to wait till you're 25 to know who you are. For everyone, exact same thing.
I knew I
So
was
then,
a girl and a woman way
why
before
do
I
you
was
think?
25.
So you just said that you're not fully developed until you're 25, but then you think that kids.
That's a different part of the brain.
It's a different part of the brain.
Because that's a different part of the brain.
Okay,
You're talking
okay.
about the prefrontal cortex, the one part of the brain that everybody likes to get stuck on because that part's not developed. Fish said the part of the brain that actually functions with gender identity and like your identity, the hypothalamus, that's already formed. That's already developed. So yeah, different parts.
Okay. Well, you're still saying that the maturity level is not there until you're
No,
25.
that's not what we're saying. No.
No, because
No,
you can
maturity level is
be
not that.
50 and not mature. Like maturity.
Hi.
Wow, that felt like a personal attack.
I just picked the number, honestly. But
The slander.
yeah, so when it comes to maturity levels, it's just very different.
What do you
And
mean?
I know that my 16-year-old is more mature than my 19-year-old. So it's an individual thing. It's not like we can say like this person's not mature enough for this because of their age.
Could that possibly be the situations that he's been in, or he or she?
I mean, maybe possibly if you want to get deep into that conversation, I'm sure having to deal with shitty people who invalidate his identity has made him mature quicker. Sure.
Okay. Okay.
But before that, like when we're going through like the gender affirming care process and going through therapy and things like that, was he already very emotionally mature for his age and very self-aware? Yes, he's always been extremely self-aware and mature. Otherwise, I wouldn't feel like some of the treatment that he's gone through would have been appropriate if I didn't think he understood it fully. That's kind of what all parents do, right? We gauge whether our kids are ready for something, if something's appropriate for them, and then we support them in that.
Okay, absolutely. I mean, I would always support my kid, and definitely like that. So, I'm not trying to have an argument. I'm just trying to have a conversation, honestly.
Cool. Okay.
So you're saying that you feel that a kid can define their gender between the ages of, what'd you say, between 3 and 5, or sorry?
That's what the evidence shows.
Yeah, gender identity develops at those ages. Like typically, it's fully developed by the age of 7. Whether or not a child can fully express their gender identity, that's a different thing. But
which makes sense. It would depend on the parents and everything like that. So I can understand that. Okay.
well, it depends on the language the child's been taught. If they have an understanding, if they've been taught that they can have a different gender identity than what people are telling them, that can help them understand that there's nothing wrong with them. They're not alone and broken, as children typically seem to feel when they're not getting any type of support.
Okay.
Okay.
So, what specific type or specific area of the brain did you say that the that would affect?
Your gender
Don't mind me
identity?
asking. Yes, please.
Your hypothalamus.
Hypothalamus. Okay. All right.
Cool.
Anything else?
No, actually, that is all. Thank you very much. Actually, if you don't mind, I'm just going to go ahead and look that up and have my own observations. So thank you guys for your time. I greatly appreciate it, and I hope you guys have a wonderful night.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Oh.
All right. Thank you.
Good night.
Welcome back, KTP.
Oh, I wanted to tell him more about brain development. Maybe.
Go ahead. I'm sure he's still listening.
Yeah.
No, just that, the brain is so complex, and we don't really know, like we say that gender identity develops in the hypothalamus between 3 and 7. But some kids know their gender identity before 3, and some kids don't know their gender identity after age 7. And that's why, it's just all so, it's not so black and white. Like, this is where gender develops. This is how.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and that's really the point of the topic, right? That if your child is showing any type of anything, saying that their identity is different from what you are telling them that it is, just listen to your kid.
Hell yeah, exactly.
It doesn't matter what age they are. Have conversations with your children.
Yeah, and just respect them as individual people. And when people, oh, sorry, nerd man's coming up. But when people just say the brain isn't fully developed until 25, it's not true.
Yeah, I know. And it's obviously way more complex. And once again, we're giving a 6th grade level explanation as to it because, I'm not a fucking neuroscientist. So,
I always want to know when people say the age argument, whether they're going for, that which they're 18, which they're 25, all of that. What magically happens on the birthday? You go to bed that night, you're oh, I can't make the decisions. You wake up the next morning, oh my God, now I'm ready.
Exactly.
The timer pops up in the oven.
Yeah.
What magic happens in those, in that overnight going to bed and waking up that makes it now today's the day it's okay? It's a weird thing.
It's not that cut and dry. Exactly.
Really not. Hello, Nerd Man. How old are you?
Good morning. I'm 48
Cool.
from the Netherlands.
Hello.
Hi. Is it really a problem over there that if you kids don't be respected if they trans in America? Are they make a point of it?
Yeah, people don't believe children when they tell them who they are. People believe and respect adults when they tell them who they are.
I believe the clinical term for America right now is dumpster fire. I'm pretty sure that's what we're using.
But in the Netherlands, I know in the Netherlands you've got like councils also. They will help you through the stage. If your kids is transfer, they can help you. Not the problem. The problem is the one. They can help you with your kid's problem. What he's.
Yeah, they do have counselors here or therapists that can help with those things, but it depends. Like a lot of states, that type of care has been banned.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because your kids have got a lot of questions, and if parents don't know what to do with it, they've got counseling over here to help you through those stages.
Yeah.
And then unfortunately, you have parents who don't even believe in counseling and don't want their kids to see a counselor either. So that's a whole nother issue. Right?
It's strange, really.
Yeah.
It's
strange.
I don't think. Yeah, I think the problem over here isn't that big as in America. I think because in the Netherlands, you just give your kid love, let them grow up, and it will solve himself. Really, they know what they want at a young age, but they don't. Is it like wearing dresses to school if you're a boy? Is that a problem also? If your kid thinks I want to wear a dress and want to go to school?
In America, pretty much. I mean, like when we compare, like our what's funny is Mel's kids and mine and myself as well have looked into like other countries that are safer for our kids, right? And they don't have all these rigid guidelines that America does. And like the Netherlands always comes up like the top of the list for everything like that. Like our kids want to move to the Netherlands because shit in fucking America is ridiculous. And like the expectations that people have on things and like, oh, you can't do that. That's not normal. Like it's like the most like judgy country. Like everybody's just so judgmental and wants to tell everybody how they can look or what they can do. It's really weird.
Yeah, let's be honest, because when I was little, I loved Madonna. The first thing in the playback show, I was doing Madonna and everything. And, it's funny, you can be what you want to do, really. If you want to dress up like a girl, you get a judgment from other parents. That's strange, I think. I can't believe if you just give love to your child, let them grow up. And it will sort it out itself when there is 17, 16. Normally at 15 you already know what you want and you can get help and do the transition also if they want an operation and everything over here. So,
the Netherlands is very different.
Yeah, it's really, and that way you are way, way behind.
Yep.
Yeah, we are very behind. And for people who say, just move to the Netherlands, I would love to. I wish I could. I would love to do that. But see, the problem is not just me, right? So that would solve my problem and my kid's problem. I'm concerned about every other kid in this fucking country, right, who has to deal with this shit and deal with society. I'm concerned about that too, not just myself and my kid. I'm worried about all the kids. So that's the difference.
Yeah, is it also the judgment of other parents if you go to school with your kids and he's dressed up like a boy or a girl? They judge? Okay, that's the problem.
Americans are, specifically conservatives, are very concerned about like fabric. That fabric upsets them, and like pronouns upset them, and something like flag will upset them.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest problem. But other
And hair
parents
colors,
don't.
hair color.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter if you got pink, black. It's just if you go to school and your son is dressed up like a girl and he wants to be a girl. But other parents judge over that. That's the problem you've got over there, then.
Absolutely. Thank you, Nerdman. Appreciate it.
Okay, thanks for the chat.
All right. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
The comments you were
Amazing
getting.
to hear perspective.
I know the comments that you were
I know
getting.
it's wild, but I love hearing the perspective from somebody who lives in a society where there isn't all this judgment, where people will impose their custom beliefs, like you have to wear this, you have to look like this, you can't do this. Like, it's really neat to see a society where everybody is just free to be whoever they are. It's refreshing. I mean, it gives me hope that other countries could follow suit. I wish. Maybe.
Yeah, instead of us going the other way around. But yeah, it's nice. And the thing is, I don't know why it's such a wild concept for people to understand that we actually care about more kids than just our own. Like, literally, if we just cared about our own kids, we don't need to be on this app, right? Because we're supporting our kids. We're fine. But the point of having these conversations, especially for Sherry and I, is to make a better future for transgender children, is to educate other parents, to give them insight on that. And it's not just about us and our own children. So you guys are saying weird things in the comments.
Oh, yeah. As always, the comments, that's often where joy goes to die.
I know. So I was going to say, the comments are always weird lately.
Mm-hmm.
I have bad reception.
You did for a second? Gosh, all right. Hello, Mars. Hello? Hello?
Hey, what's up?
Hello.
Doing that, Pish.
Did it work? It can't fool you every time. It just can't.
Every time. I mean, it takes me a second, so I'm like, oh, that's Bish, but like, still, it still gets me for a second.
There's a man in my life.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, how old are you?
15.
You are too young. You have to be 18 to jump on live, but I appreciate it.
Thank you for being honest. I appreciate that.
Casil?
That was an accidental request.
You're fine.
Say something mean before you go.
No.
We don't need to do that.
All right, we are out of requests. If anybody else would like to come and talk about the topic, now is a good time, or I will end soon. I got to get my kid her meds real quick. Yeah, got to get my kid her hormones.
It's a great gasp here. Hey, everyone in the comments who has like 0 followers, like log into your actual accounts and not your troll accounts and come on and join us for a conversation.
Cass, it wasn't, it may have been awkward for you. It wasn't awkward. It was fine.
Oh, it's fine. Oh my gosh. Oh, that was very sweet.
Poor Cass.
What? It's you didn't have, what is awkward is when people accidentally request and they have like a full on conversation going on, or they're in the shower or something.
Or snoring in the back. Yeah.
I'm at the ATM. My PIN number is what?
Yeah, you didn't have any of those things. You were fine.
I just hope that people know that trans adults were trans kids. And that's
What?
why Mel does this fucking...
What? How's that happen? I thought they went to bed and on their birthday they woke up, happy birthday.
Yeah, on their birthday.
It happens on the 18th birthday. It happens on the 18th birthday. The gender sorting hat comes out.
Oh my
We
God,
put it
love
on the
that.
kids, and we determine it then. Like,
But it only has 2 options.
Right.
That says you are a they. God damn it.
Hello, is it Tiara? Tara?
Yeah, it's Tiara.
All right, cool. How old are you?
I'm 25.
All right, go ahead.
I guess my question is like, how does it, like, how does a gender feel? That's my question. Like, how do you feel like a gender?
How does yours feel?
I mean, I honestly, like, it's a lot to put into words, and like, I don't even know how to answer this question. So it's just like,
That's okay.
how does it feel to be a different gender? Like, how would a child know these things? And also, I want to say, like, she told the 18-year-old that she couldn't be in the live or whatever. I mean, the 15-year-old, because she's not 18.
It's TikTok.
But it's like, y'all are saying to
Because of
bring these
TikTok.
conversations to children who are 4,
It's TikTok's terms of
et
service.
cetera, et cetera.
It's TikTok's terms of service. That's not us. On live, it's be 18.
Okay,
That's it.
okay, that makes sense.
Yep, that's it.
And another thing I did want to point out is I feel like in 2024, the world is very accepting. And I know not everybody is. There's some bad people. But I feel like, and sometimes we have to look at how far the community has came instead of like what other people are still not accepting. Because I feel like a lot of people accept what it is now, you know?
Well, I could agree with you up until maybe like 2 years ago. I could say like, okay, sure, we've made some progress in the community. Like I would like agree with that. However, when starting in this past year, when you had all of these anti-LGBT bills and laws passed, like in a year having, what did we get up to in 2023? Like 600 and something bills in 1 year that were proposed that are anti-LGBT laws. We're definitely moving backwards.
And also, hate crimes against LGBTQ Americans have also increased over the past years. So even though there are some there's social acceptance in some areas, what's happening with government, as Sis was pointing out, and the experience of people being attacked is on the increase, which kind of like counters that to a point.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think, I don't know, I guess like sometimes like especially when kids come into the conversations, I think that I think some people are just like, leave the kids out of it. And like, you know what I'm saying? Which I get where y'all are coming from, because it's like when you're older and you're trans, you were also young. So I get that 100%. But it's like, if something is going to happen, especially growing up in this world, wouldn't that come natural to them? Like, shouldn't you let them figure it out on their own instead of giving them all of these like, like, especially if you're not 100% sure how you feel, like to like put that on a child, that's a lot. And I think that's when people really start to get really heated and really passionate.
Though,
these are children
Tiara,
at the end of the day.
But we're not putting something on children, right? Children come to us and tell us who they are, and like maybe we assumed their gender, and they're going to tell us that we were wrong. Like, I'm not a boy, I'm a girl. Or they'll come to us with distress, like yes, like you making me dress up in dresses or put bows in my hair or do all these things. Like, this is not who I am. It's making me unhappy. It's making me upset, and they're having an issue with it. And it's the parents that are forcing kids to be cis that is the issue. We're not pushing this on kids.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, I don't know, that's kind of like a contradicting statement though, because bows, dresses, etc. does not make you a woman or a girl or whatever.
It doesn't, but to a child,
she will not wear dresses. She doesn't wear bows. She never and we just let her be her. We don't say, oh, she's going to be this, she's going to be that. Like, you just let them figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
I'm giving you an example. I know. I'm giving you an extreme example.
Contradictions and things that people say. And I don't think it's almost delusional. And I'm sorry, but it is. It's almost delusional.
It's not delusional. I'm giving you an extreme example. No, and I'm giving you an extreme example because yes, kids can wear whatever they want to wear, right? But however, there are things that kids pick up like in social cues as far as like gender norms, meaning things that we do, things we play with. clothes that we wear and things like that, where to them, those social norms they do not agree with because it is not their gender. I'm giving you one small example. There's a huge variety of different ways that kids can present trans. There's a huge variety of ways that kids can communicate to you that they are transgender. I was giving you one small example of something that I've experienced. It's different for every single child.
Oh, okay. I mean, I don't know. I guess I just, I feel like some conversations can be very hurtful to the community, and it's not helping in the way people think that it's helping.
What do you mean?
And like,
like what?
It's just not helping in the way that people think it is, in my opinion.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
Well, I gotta watch what I say on TikTok because I know, like, people, like, I feel like if you don't agree, or if you don't, if you don't agree with something, or if you don't accept it, then I feel like everyone in this world has to realize, like, at some point, oh, this person doesn't like this or that about me. Like, okay, you just move on, because there's plenty of people who do accept and do.
I mean, I don't like Mel's preference for like pizza toppings or like things like that. You know what I mean? But like, now that's a whole different situation than saying you don't like somebody's identity. Like, that's a wild stretch. We can disagree about mundane things, right? But when it comes to people's identity and how people want to be treated, that's a big difference. And I don't understand why people would have an issue with that.
Yeah, there are laws literally taking away the ability to be transgender, the ability to express yourself, the ability to get the care that you need, to use the bathroom that you align with.
So do you guys feel that, sometimes people make a mockery of being a trans when there are people who really paved the way for the community and have gone through certain things?
Can I just say, yes, absolutely. There are some people out there who do that. I feel like with these discussions, a lot of times when people ask questions like that, the people come back with like, no, nobody ever does any of that. And like, no, it's true. That yes, there are going to be some people who are just so horrible and harmful and awful that they're going to like pretend that there are some way. But those people, like, they should not invalidate the people who.
Yeah, 100%. I get what you're saying. It shouldn't invalidate the people who really go through these things and stand for it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I'm really not here to spread hate, because I'm just not the type of person I am at all. But I just feel like, in certain conversations, I think instead of having a conversation, it's like everyone has their opinion going into it. And it's just that. Because I watch a lot of lives. I love watching lives on TikTok because you get to hear so many people's opinions and point of views. But like, I just hope, in the future, and I think you guys do pretty cool on this live, but like, sometimes you really do got to listen to the other side, because this is new to a lot of people. And it's like, if you really want them to understand, we have to
yeah, we listen to the people who actually really want to understand. We will not listen to the people who are refusing to understand. There's a difference. And you also did come in here though and say that, you did use the word delusional, right?
Yes, I did use the word delusional. I did, because like, I just feel, okay, I use the word delusional because it's like, like, gender doesn't exist, but it's like, it does. Like, it's confusing. Like, it's really confusing to me. And it's like, okay, like my first question, how do you feel like a woman? How do you feel? And I'm a woman. What does that feel like? Yeah. Wow. It's just, how do you put that into a word? How do you put that into a feeling?
Difficult. It is difficult. It's
and
difficult
I guess
for
that's what
all
I'm
of
trying
us.
to understand.
I don't know how to explain it either. I don't think Mel doesn't know how to explain it. Like, I am a woman. My experience and my feeling is different than hers. What I feel like is my explanation is I subscribe to womanhood. I fit in the category that we have named in the English language, womanhood. That is where I feel like I fit. That is the only explanation I can give. And to ask anybody else anything more concrete than that, I think that's weird. That's kind of like saying, like, how do I know I'm Sherry? Like, how do I know I'm me?
What does that mean?
Right. And what does it mean?
Exactly. What does that?
That's
Yes.
me.
Exactly.
Right.
So with what you just said, is like, like we haven't even fully got answers from this conversation, but you want to put all of that, like you want to put that choice in a child's hands.
No.
And you know what? In the comments, y'all can say whatever y'all want because these are my opinions.
But no, that's not what we're talking about, though. That's the whole thing, is that children can have an understanding of their identity too, and they shouldn't be required to explain it in a complex way, especially as adults, how we still cannot explain our gender identity in a complex way. If a child is saying something about their gender identity that is different from what you assume it to be, just listen to your kid.
And right, because people will want kids to do that. They'll want to say, sorry, KTB, they'll want to say, like, well, if their kid says, no, I'm a boy. And they go, well, how do you know you're a boy? And if the kid can't articulate that, it's like almost like, well, no, I don't believe you. I can't articulate that as a grown-up, like Mel said. So you can't expect that. The whole point is just that when somebody tells you, child, adult, anybody, this is who I am, this is my gender identity, you have to accept that. You have to believe them, just like they know who they are, like their core identity, their self. They know what they like. They know their favorite color. They know the kind of music they like. You can't question somebody on that. You just have to listen to it and accept it. I'm sorry, KTP, I cut you off, honey. Go ahead.
You did not cut me off. No worries. Tiara, did you want to say something about what Sis says?
Oh, no, it's okay. I mean, I'm just listening.
Okay, but when you do use the word delusional, you know that means that people believe something that could not possibly be true.
Yes, I know what the word delusional means, yes.
Yes, so you don't see how, like, that could be a problem in this conversation?
I mean, that's just my opinion, though, but that's just my opinion.
But if someone told you, Tiara, if someone told you that you said that you're a girl, and they said, no, you're delusional, you don't know, how should someone else know better about who you are than you do? You can't see how that could be, damaging.
I mean, okay, say that one more time. I'm sorry.
That's okay. So you said that you're a girl. So if you told someone that you're a girl and they said that you were delusional for thinking that, you can see how that would be harmful because that the other person can't know more about who you are than you do. You know your experience more than anyone else. And someone saying that your experience is delusional is invalidating and is harmful.
Okay. I mean, honestly, me personally, if someone said I was delusional for saying I was a girl, I mean, I know who I am, but I can see I see where you're going with that. I see your point of view. And honestly, I didn't mean to hurt feelings, and it's okay. For that I will apologize. Sure.
It's not even hurt feelings. It's just recognizing language we use, and
And you're right.
Yeah, I've said things like, "Oh shit, that's not right," and we all do it. It's just learning. That's all.
Right. So when a 7-year-old child says, like, Mom, I know you think I'm a girl, but I am a boy, we don't call that, or we should not call that child delusional.
Just go with it. What's the harm in that? Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Well, okay, what do you need from me? Is there anything you need?
Yeah, and it's not like as soon as they say that, oh, okay, do you want to get surgeries?
Right.
Nobody does that. Not how it goes.
Zoom.
Not how it goes. Just, oh, okay, yeah. You're a boy. Right? Hey, Dave. I got you.
And then they might say, well, actually, I don't want to change my name.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay,
That's
cool.
okay too.
That happens too.
Okay. No problem. All right.
But it's like, why are we so fixated and so? It's like a fan. Oh, let me watch my language because oh my goodness. But it's like, why are we pre-thinking of all these things? Like, oh my gosh, it's crazy to me. Like,
what do you mean?
Okay, so do y'all know the statistics of trans children that come like in around the age that they decide or the age that they do start realizing these things. Y'all know the statistics of that?
Of what do you mean?
Of like trans children like that are feeling these ways that you know.
Yeah, trans children are pretty rare. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, like kids that are coming to their parents and saying like, I feel like I'm trans.
Yeah, it's a pretty
Kids don't say that.
They don't say I feel like I'm trans.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's a small population. Yeah, we're talking like approximately, depending on what statistics you look at, approximately like 2% of the population. But I don't know
That's
if you're
still
asking, like,
that's still millions of people though.
mhm. But I don't know if you're saying like at what age that like kids are coming out. Like those are all different things to consider. Like the age that a kid understands their gender that might be incongruent from their sex, the age at which they're able to communicate that, the age at which they come out to their family, the age at which they could possibly like socially transition. Like there's a bunch of different factors. It's different for everybody.
And then what those things mean are very different, individualized per person as well.
Yes, and I'm not saying it doesn't happen because I know it does. I was just genuinely curious. Like, do y'all know like the statistics of that and how those situations are often handled? Like, have y'all seen videos? Have y'all seen it?
Yeah, we know that the situations are often handled where children are not believed, and that's why we're having these conversations, because those types of situations literally cause children to have traumatic childhood. Trans adults talk about all the time about their experiences as children and how it felt to not be validated by their family and friends and the society they live in. That's why these conversations are so important.
I think the transgender survey, so the transgender survey is a large collection of data that was collected from transgender people. And I know that there are some breakdowns of certain questions like that you might have as far as like having parental support in the home or different things like that. There's so much information in that survey. I think if you're genuinely curious about a lot of those things, that would be a good source to go look at. And you can see like, oh, okay, how people are identifying. If you want to if you just want to see percentages and you're curious about that, I think that's a great place to go look.
Okay, I think that's all of my questions. Or if y'all, I don't know if y'all had any more questions for me, probably not. But they're eating me up in the comments. TikTok is ruthless, but that's fine. Like, I just,
I think you might want to watch your language when you're talking about trans
But
people.
also, you have to realize that people also can have their own opinions and their own, and whether you think that opinion is fair or right or wrong or whatever. People, yes.
You can have an opinion, but when you're telling people they're delusional, that is very harmful.
Okay, I didn't look, but you're using it out of like context. Like
That's not out of context.
Just take that word and run with it.
Context. That is
You
not
can't
what
just take that word and run with it 100%.
I'm sorry. I'm not going to spin from that one. That wasn't out of context at all. That's exactly what you said. And yes, you're correct.
That's what you hear, though. That's what I'm saying. It's like the need to be oppressed is so strong. But it's like you don't want to see.
And here you are showing your true colors.
No, but listen, because you don't want to see the good, the support, the love, the genuine support that you guys get in the community, way more than the Black community. We fight way harder. I'm a bigger girl. Fat phobia is real. All of that shit is real.
We're not denying that
nobody's on a soapbox like every day with this shit. Like that's what I'm saying.
Yes,
now I'm getting upset because
y'all
are like.
There's also intersectionality.
Y'all try to tell people, don't say this. You can't think this.
There are
don't
lots
say
of
that.
Black.
It's just crazy.
You have the right to say what you want, and we have the right to call that opinion harmful and point out the damage that it does. You can have a harmful opinion, absolutely.
And like I said, sometimes this can be damaging to the community too. And that's just how I feel.
What can be damaging?
Are you
uneducated conversations about it?
We're not having an uneducated conversation.
Okay, love. That's what I'm saying. I'm off of here.
Ciara, are you part of the community?
No, I'm not part of the community.
Then I thank you not to tell me.
I
thank you not to tell me what affects our community. Thank you.
Okay.
Honestly.
Okay.
The need to be oppressed.
Okay, pop off. Yes,
the transgender community is oppressed. Like, what are you talking about?
Okay, so if y'all really want to know what I mean by that is like, I mean that, okay, like we're acting like that it's not extremely accepted. Is it not? Like, am I living in a different world? Like, I see more positive than negative. And maybe that's just my algorithm. I don't know. But I see way more positive than negative. And when you go looking for negative, and I know not everybody accepts it. I know that. I'm not saying everybody in the world accepts it. I'm not saying that.
It's like we didn't just talk about all the
in
laws.
this new age in 2024, you're telling me that people, there's so much things dedicated, so much education for the
beginning, very little. Hold on.
Very
in the beginning of
very
2020,
little. You can
hold
go
on.
to Walmart.
Hold on. In the beginning of 2020,
Disney Plus. You can go anywhere.
Hi.
And find information.
Hello. The beginning of 2022, gender affirming care was available in all 50 states for anyone who needed it, children or adults. The beginning of 2023, right? It is 2024, and now gender affirming care has been banned for youth in 22 states. That's a problem. That's extreme. Not included, that's not even talking about all the other laws that have been made against transgender people or proposed. Right, like bathroom laws and other things like that. Like like I said earlier, we've gone backwards. There are even laws that are stopping children from being able to use proper pronouns, being validated with their pronouns in schools. Like, this is very hard. Participate in school sports. This is oppression. This is what we're talking about. This is what we're trying to educate on.
Man, I don't know. Like I said, maybe we have different algorithms because I just see so much.
This is not about algorithms. This is about algorithms. We're talking about laws, not algorithms. We actually, Mel just broke very clearly down to you about how laws affect a community. And you're saying, my algorithm's different. What?
Because it's like, okay.
Did your algorithm have different laws?
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Like y'all take a little sentence and then the way you question, it's just
that was an actual question.
Like, it doesn't make sense. Like you're trying to.
It doesn't make sense.
You're answering a question by asking me the question, and like that's what I'm saying. Like it's
what does this have to do with the algorithm whatsoever? What do the laws in the United States of America have to do with your algorithm? I'm being very serious.
Because my algorithm, I'm just saying, y'all, there's just so much positivity.
Okay, great.
And I know not everybody accepts it.
What does your algorithm have to do with the laws that Mel just broke down to you? Mel just clearly explained them.
Honey, the laws are fucked up for all of us, though. All of us.
Can you acknowledge, though, that maybe if you don't belong to a marginalized community, you wouldn't fully understand the oppression that community goes through, and only people in that community would be able to understand that?
Okay, say that again.
Do you recognize that not belonging to a community, you would not have a full understanding of the oppression that marginalized community is experiencing? Like if you belong to one marginalized community, right, you understand, right, the struggles and oppression. Right. So maybe the fact that you're not in the community, you don't have a full understanding, you're not seeing that the community is experiencing. Ancient shit.
Hold on. I think it cut out at the end. I don't know.
Okay. Sherry, try again. I don't so do you acknowledge that maybe just not being a part of that community, you don't understand the oppression that marginalized community is experiencing?
Oh, yes, definitely.
You said you're not part of the community, right? Right. So Mel is telling you about all
and
of
see,
the
that's
laws
what I'm. Hold on, let me pause right there because it's like, oh, you're not a part of it, right? That's what I'm saying. It's like, like it's just so rude. It's just, I can't.
How is that rude?
Because the way that you're talking, like it's just like very condescending. Very like, well, you're not a part of it, you can't understand. But then you want people to understand, but then you tell them, well, you're not a part of it, so you don't understand.
Well, that's why you don't know. Explaining it.
How do y'all know what I know, though? How do y'all know what I know?
You're educated myself on. Because of the things you're saying.
Okay.
And you
all
always
it's
said
just
we're not
because
in the community.
I'm not up
Literally,
here.
Tiara, you said
I'm
you all
just
want to be
asking
oppressed so
questions.
bad. You said that. You all want to be oppressed so bad. So I'm actually talking about how the transgender community is oppressed, some of the things that they're facing, because maybe you didn't have an understanding of it, which is what the sis was just explaining to you. You said you didn't know.
Okay. Okay, like I said, I think I was trying to get off this live a whole second ago because it's just, yeah. And like y'all, like you said, sis, a cis woman, like a lot of people don't like that. And y'all are like, well, that's what you are. But then you don't want to be called a certain thing. So it's just a never ending cycle, which I don't care about, sis. Like, I don't care if someone calls me
God.
sis.
So you do care about cis?
No,
Tiara?
I don't care. If someone cis woman, because
why would you bring that up right now?
Because you said sis first.
That's her name.
That's my name.
Sis, the person who was talking to you.
Okay. Well, y'all enjoy y'all's night, cause y'all are just something else. I'm gonna get off of here.
Tell me again. It was all super pro LGBTQ because that's.
Okay, just because I'm not kissing your ass, it doesn't mean I'm not.
Oh, that's okay. You can afford it. Don't
Oh
worry.
yeah. Okay.
I love that. It's just wild. I would never go into
Y'all get so mad at someone having their own opinion, their own.
I'm not mad.
Process. No, but you do. But y'all do, and y'all get so mindfuck everybody.
We get mad when people are unwilling to learn something.
Y'all are unwilling to teach something because y'all don't even know what y'all are talking about half the time.
We do. We actually talk about laws. We talk about your algorithm.
I love
So-
learning. Teach me something, Tiara.
I asked y'all plenty of questions, and y'all like, well, there's no, and y'all don't know. Y'all are not really giving answers.
We answered them very directly.
Are you in the same conversation that we're having?
Yes, I'm in the same conversation.
Okay. So we're gonna make it really easy. Name one question right now that has not been answered. We'll be glad to answer it. Name the question, please. That was not answered.
How do I get off this damn live? I'm too.
Is that the question? Because I can help you with that one.
No,
but
I
let me know.
don't.
Let me know the question because you're not being honest.
There you go. Problem solved.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, that question was answered. I love that. I would never go into a debate space about other people's rights and other communities and say, yeah, well, what about mine? It's not about that because intersectionality is a real thing and you don't have to invalidate. We can work together and help multiple issues at the same time. What?
And it's also okay to have questions, but it's one thing to come up and ask questions and another thing to come up and
It's another thing when you call somebody, when you say that you're delusional, and then we're not allowed to say, hey, maybe that's not an appropriate thing to say. Well, that's just my opinion. It's just your opinion that we're fucking delusional. Like, that's not a problem.
Right.
And was calling someone delusional a question? Was that the question that wasn't answered? Because I didn't hear that as a question.
I just thought it was funny too, because I can be really rude and condescending, and I wasn't at all. But
literally, like so often we can be condescending, but we're actually trying to have a conversation.
All right, Weiss. Let's have a conversation. Hooray.
Hello?
Totally did not mean to.
Oh, you're fine. What'd you do? Whoopsie. That happens.
Call Mel a name.
It happens so often that my friend Reggie made an accidental request club or something.
Talk about Mel's eyes. Oh my God, I love when pugs go on live.
Damn, is that someone sleeping and someone has to sleep next to that person making those noises?
I hope they just had the phone really close to their nose.
That was like on their uvula.
Oh, that poor
Hello?
person. Hello?
Hi.
Hi, how old are you?
I am 29.
All right, what's up?
And I apologize already. My English is not good.
It's okay. You're better than Trump supporters already.
Your English is really good. I can understand.
I don't understand how you say what is the obsession with children, kids Like why topic mostly about kids and not adults?
Because adults are often validated or at least accepted more often than children. When it comes to children being transgender, transgender children are treated, unfortunately, worse by family, by society, by schools, friends, anything around them. So because I have a transgender child, trans kids is one of my most commonly spoken about topics, to have people have an understanding of what a trans kid is and how to accept them and validate them and give them a better, less traumatic childhood.
Okay. I think that's really like, I guess like seeing. I'm trying to think of your background. Trying like I see you like you a lot with the kid background. So I just wonder why mostly kids and not adults. That's all.
Okay, well now you know.
Thanks for the information.
You're welcome. Cool. I wouldn't call it an obsession.
Yo, can I get a double cheeseburger, medium fry, and a Coke, please?
We're not here.
Ask your mom.
Can you get me one while you're at it, please?
Yeah, ask your mom for a Happy Meal, honey.
All right. Well, user's back. Not gonna talk to them. So.
Oh goodness, user, consent is real.
Is that it? Anyone else? How are kids able to be online? Well, they literally make accounts, fake their age, and then request.
Some kids say they're like 27 and then they'll just go live and stuff like that.
Yep.
It's funny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How much longer do you plan to stay live? Not too much longer. It's almost 11.
I know, I need to eat.
Also, if people don't know, trans adults were trans kids. What? That's why Mel brings this topic up.
I know. There's because so often, especially like with me and Sherry are in these lives, so often we will get through a whole conversation and they'll go on and on about how much they like validate adults, and then like bam, when it comes to kids, nope.
Yeah, it always starts out, I'm so supportive of trans people, and I think that's great. But when it comes to kids, I don't think that's right, and they should have to wait till they're 18. And it's like, oh God, here we go.
No.
And it's extra. Yeah, what's extra irritating is like, I don't know, 10, 20 years ago, this is the same goddamn fucking shit people were saying about gay people. Oh, well, if I don't tell my kids about gay people, then they won't be gay.
Yeah.
Like, fuck. No.
They just like to recycle it.
No matter how much you want to suppress it.
I don't know where Bish went, guys. He didn't say anything. Hello?
Morning. Hello. Hear me good? Good. I don't know the subject. I'm looking older in my picture. I'm 33. Anyway, I'm too old for that subject anyway. Because I believe I am old style guy. So, what I believe.
One here, so.
Really?
Yep.
Lucky me. Oh. So should.
All right.
Okay, that's something funny. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so if we're going to the history, I believe that they are just two gender, feminine and male and female, and base it in my research and what I know, they are another gender. What is biologically, it's called, I don't know how we call it if it's appropriate here, but female, what is birthed as a body of woman with genital part of man. That's the three. Yes, exactly. There are three gender in life. So I don't believe in something else, to be honest. And the kids, they shouldn't be involved on that. What I believe. At least when they are a child kid. So when they get older enough, they can decide. But I don't believe what they decide, because who is created as a man has genital part, body as a man is a man. Genital part and body as a woman is a woman. There is no discussion about this. I don't know all this philosophy.
There's no discussion about it.
Oh, okay, bye. See ya.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Oh no. Yeah,
Okay.
I wanted to have a discussion, but there you go.
I don't know why you come in though and say there's no discussion about this. Like,
Wait, I don't know. It's weird.
Did you all know that like cell phones work better when you plug them in and charge them?
if they're a body of a man, you're a man. You're the body of a woman, you're a woman. There's no discussion about this. Okay, goodbye then. I don't know what you want. And that's kind of the point, right? There's a lot of people that are like, you guys don't listen to anybody else's opinions. Because a lot of these people with these strong opinions are not willing to have conversations. They're not willing to understand and accept. They literally think that there's no discussion to be had. I don't know why you're here then. I can hear
Wild.
I keep clicking on accounts that are saying things, but there's all like 7 followers.
Yeah, they're not on their mains. They're not on their mains. People are very concerned about you, Sherry. They think that you're...
I know, like I'm being like abducted or something.
Sherry, it looks mildly threatening. Can you blink twice if you need help?
I think it's the angle.
I know, because I'm laying on the couch, like slouched over, and they're like over the back of the couch. So
Oh yeah, that helped a lot.
That does
helped a
make
lot.
sense, 'cause it looks
it's like
To see that they're not just like choking you.
no,
Yeah,
it's like they're
that's better.
like
That's a little bit more helpful.
There we go. Okay.
That felt like a violation.
Much more cuddly.
Also, did you? Whenever I said blink twice if you need help, SIRI was like, "Do you need me to call for help?" I'm like, "No, my God, no." Explain that phone call. 1 a.m.
Yeah, so that angle did look like you may not be able to breathe. So they're just making sure you're okay.
it's abduction.
It's the angle.
People are funny. I know.
That's
If I
wicked
sat
funny.
up, it would look different.
Listen, I wouldn't do it on camera if I was gonna like choke her.
Wow. Well, you need some mental bleach for that. Take that out of my head.
By occasionally
Wow.
Oh
my
God. I think I unalived KTP.
Ready? Got it.
Oh my goodness, of course.
Hello?
Hi, how old are you?
I'm 18,
All right, what year were you born?
2005.
Cool. Let kids be trans.
100%.
Sweet.
Nice.
Nah, I'm joking. Fuck all that gay shit. Fuck all that gay shit.
Damn it, I tried. I knew it, and I tried. And then I hit
You're like, I was there.
I hit
I was
disconnect,
ready.
and it didn't work. And then like
I
he started
really had my
talking.
finger on the button. I was waiting for the word. I'm like, and it took that long to happen.
Yeah. I knew it. Usually when they're like 100%, they're gonna.
Also, I love he's trying to make his voice like deeper. Like, baby, they haven't dropped yet. We know it's okay.
So funny. Well, I guess I should go to bed.
What?
Unfortunately.
We're gonna get some of those street tacos that I was supposed to get you when you came out.
What do you say?
Street tacos.
I heard streetwalkers. I heard streetwalkers.
No
Wow.
tacos.
I didn't know you were making a plan to pick some of those up tonight.
Street tacos.
There's another image I have to get on my head.
Not till after I choke her.
Oh my God, that's it.
You're gonna get my account taken down.
That's it. Enough of that.
Sure.
That's enough of that noise. Nope, absolutely not.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
man.
Wow. Wow and wow. Yeah, so give them some coins so they can get their street walkers tonight. I don't know how many coins it takes for a street walker there, but will you unmute yourself?
Okay. Oh god. You got me cracking up.
Will you unmute yourself?
Like a party.
Oh gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Buddy.
Oh, that reminds me. I need to get Doritos. We're doing walking tacos for Memorial Day.
Walking tacos now.
Have you had those?
Yes, but are you just combining all the words? Or are you actually having one?
No, that's no. It reminds me. We're getting them made for. We're getting them made. We're making them for the Memorial Day weekend party.
Oh, cool. You're doing it tomorrow?
No, I need to remember to get a big thing of
Oh.
little bags of Doritos because you can't always get them easy. I might have to order them online.
Oh, I get it.
I like it with Frito chips.
Of course you would.
Mm-hmm. That's okay.
I'm not judging you, but yes, I am.
That's more like, I don't know. I feel like that's different. Like they're
Maybe
not.
we should make an announcement.
They're not really like tacos anymore.
What's not tacos?
If you use Fritos.
Oh, I thought you were saying okay.
Well, they're corn chips. It's the same as a corn
So,
tortilla.
yeah, corn tortilla. Technically, that's more than Doritos, to be honest. But
They're little.
Wow.
give me the word and I'll mute them again. Let me know.
Oh my gosh.
Why has no one muted
No,
me?
I like those Fritos. Oh yeah, Frito pies were the best roasted.
Good.
We have this. Oh, look at the nice hat.
Is Frito pie the same thing as a street taco? A walking taco, I mean?
Kind of. It's just the like putting the chili and cheese on it instead of like actual
okay.
taco meat.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Same concept, just slightly different.
Maybe I should do a
No
crock pot of
tortilla
that
chips and
too.
not tortillas.
Now I'm hungry. I need to go to bed. It's 11.
I need to go for
Yeah.
It's 1 a.m.
We got school again, you know. It'll be done soon, thank goodness. So looking forward to the summer.
Mm-hmm.
What, you don't want your kids to be educated? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
I'm sick of driving. I'm sick of being.
It's hard. I'm going to get in trouble. It's harder to
You need to
indoctrinate
get
your
that
kids than
kid. You need to get
someone
that kid driving.
else. Right?
Get that kid driving, so you don't have to drive all the time.
She doesn't want to drive.
Yeah, these kids nowadays, like they just don't. It's so bizarre. I don't understand.
I got my license when I was
She has
35.
like many cars to choose from. Like
she really does.
Like pick one of the cars. You got a variety.
I mean, or have someone drive you. I think that's a smarter choice, honestly.
That's what kids want nowadays. They just want their parents to drive them around. They don't want to drive.
Look, I tell you,
It's trippy.
dead serious. I didn't get my license till I was 35.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. Yep.
But did you grow up in like New York or something where you
No,
didn't
I grew up in
drive?
6 of Pennsylvania. I would walk miles and
right.
miles to through the woods in the country to go to work. Yeah.
What?
Be a bearer, man.
What's that?
One of my kids just got their permit and they don't want to drive either.
Which did I ride to work?
Yeah.
Both.
A bearer, man.
It depends if it's a Tuesday or not.
Did you miss that, Sherry?
Yeah, I missed it. I heard bear man.
Which one was he gonna ride to work?
Oh God. The bear man was the answer, right? Is that what it was?
Ready? Bear or Phoenix?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's a rough choice. Let me
goodness.
see. Do we have
Wow,
to decide like on this live, or can I just think on it tonight?
that's a fun fact about Bish.
Yeah. And then by the time I moved up to the Northeast, I was like, able to do public transportation everywhere. And then finally, my my now husband was like, "Hey, for this year for your birthday, you get driving lessons." And then for Christmas, there was a car in the driveway. I'm like, "That's crazy! Someone put a bow on their car. Is that stupid?" I'm like,
Aww, that's funny. My mom actually didn't drive until she was 35 either.
Yep.
I can't imagine that. I remember like in the 90s, like just dying to get your driver's license was like the second you could. It was like, out of here, bye. And like, that's all you wanted to do is drive to get away from everybody.
I wonder if it had to do with it being like, I don't know. It was a different time.
Like having boomer parents probably like, we were just like, get me out of this house. Like, I gotta get out of here.
same, but we also had like no money. We had nothing. So I mean, we had to walk everywhere.
We didn't have the internet, so we were bored in our houses.
Right.
Right.
True.
You weren't really, well, I wasn't really allowed to listen to the music I wanted to, but you could do that in your car, right?
Right.
Not everyone had like headphones, right?
You could make out in your car. You did so.
Me.
It wasn't very expensive to have your own car.
Yeah.
Let's just say that you need a license to drive, but not a license to ride. Okay, I'm just gonna say.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Yeah, gas was. I think when I got my license, gas was 98 cents a gallon.
What?
So it was really cheap.
Yeah, so you used to drive just for like fun, like you would just drive around.
I'm awful.
Yeah.
We'll do that now.
Good.
Well, you do that now, yeah, but
I'm-
that was
I'm-
part of the reason for like getting your license early. So I think because like my kid can like listen to what she wants, she can kind of do what she wants. Like, where's she gonna go that I won't bring her, right? So she even listens to the music she wants to listen to while I'm driving.
So do my kids. They do that to me
Yeah,
too.
she's like, I'm gonna connect my phone, listen to my music. I'm like, oh, whatever.
Which
I'm
is
like,
funny. I would have never been able to play my music in my parents' car like growing up. They would have been like,